Welcome back to another episode. Happy Tuesday, guys. Thank you guys for being here. So we got a lot of action. We got some releases. We got some announcements. A lot of cool stuff. We got some shortcuts. Well, one shortcut by Hot Toys, as usual, the king. We're waiting on a few people, guys. It was supposed to be just Rudy and I tonight, but two other peasants became available, so they will be coming in soon. So let's say hello to you guys right away. Also, guys, before we get started, I want to bring up something regarding Baylan Skoll that I brought up when he was released, and I went back to look at some of the pictures, and I want to just show you guys what I meant about the actual release. Brandon, welcome, my friend. Perfect timing. Look at you.
Yeah, perfect timing. You started a minute and a half early. Jeez, I feel left out.
So one thing I was talking about, I was letting the chat know, was that I will be getting into Baylan Skoll just very quickly about, I'm going to point out some things that I noticed from the prototype to the final product. And the one thing that bothered me was the one thing that I pointed out. And there's a huge difference with the prototype. So we're going to get into that. Brandon, you usually have some news for us. Any news going on? Anything new? Anything old?
Bro, do I have news? Wait. First off, I don't have the YouTube feed loaded. How many people do we have watching right now?
Right now we have 19.
Okay. I need to make sure that all 19 of these people are sitting down because it's about to get lit. Are you ready? Is everybody sitting? Okay, I'm going to take it that everybody's sitting. I've got Return of the Jedi. I've got Return of the Jedi. Darth Vader's just dropped, just showed up in the warehouse 15 minutes ago, and I have this many pre-orders available. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to dip the price a little bit. I'll get them out to anybody who needs them for $425. Ship out the door in the United States. $425.
Look at that, guys. Look at that. Beautiful. So anybody who needs a, what is it, Return of the Jedi Vader?
Yeah, man. MMS 700. Bro, I can't wait to get my own in my hands. I've been like,
yeah, I know. I didn't even get mine yet. I don't even know. I don't even remember pre-ordering that. I got to check.
Oh, man. I know a guy who's got some.
Yeah, I got to check. So guys, if you need a Vader, there you go. $425 shipped. What'd you say? Are they waitlisted or are they still available on site?
No, the deluxe has been waitlisted for months. I think
and those are the ones you have,
the
right?
blogger photos dropped. Yeah.
Okay,
so it's the deluxe.
All right, so he's got deluxe, guys. So before I say hello to you guys, I just want to get into this very quickly just to point it out because, like I said, it's the only thing that's bothering me about Baylan. So here is a picture of the prototype, guys. This is what was shown to us when he was coming out. As you can see, he has a neck, okay? Every single picture of his has a neck, right? So this is why he looked incredible in the prototype to me. This is the final product. He has no neck whatsoever, okay? This is what bothered me about it. Look how low the beard is compared to up here, right? Look at the piece, the neck piece here. So this is why I told you guys it looks funky to me. Look, again, you barely see any neck compared to what he looked like in the prototype. So this is what bothers me about him. Here again, you could barely see a little bit of neck here. But again, it's very low compared to the actual prototype picture. See? Everywhere you see, he's got a neck. That's why he doesn't look even here. This is the classiest picture of them all. Look at all that neck here. Here, he's got none. Barely any. So look, you can barely see it. In every other prototype picture, you can see all of the neck exposed. So that's why I told you guys it looks funky to me. Look at this. He's got absolutely no neck whatsoever. That looks ugly. Again,
I don't know, Fabs.
I am telling you, in hand, it'll probably look perfectly fine. But in the pictures, it's very noticeable to me. It's very obvious to me. And here's another one. Look at that. Very little neck on the side. This is not this by any means whatsoever.
I need to see a better example, man, because I ain't seeing it.
You just don't even know what you're talking about. So
maybe you're a peasant.
Yeah. So this is all I wanted to bring up, guys, just because I wanted to point it out why I disliked it, because I did mention, I didn't like the way it looked. There was something funky about it. He looked like he had no neck. And there you go. So that's what I wanted to talk to you guys real quickly about, because I remember bringing it up. And somebody commented on the stream pretty much kind of saying that we were being negative on the stream. I guess the whole stream. So this is why I wanted to point that out, because it's not about negativity. It's just factual information, things that I saw with my own eyes, things that didn't look good to me. I don't care if you love it. I don't care if you like it. I don't care if you're going to buy it. I don't care if you're not going to buy it. It has nothing to do with what I'm saying to you guys. I just wanted to let you guys know why I felt the way I felt, why I didn't like it when I saw those pictures, because I remember that the prototype looked very different, specifically in the neck area. So
I feel like whoever told you that, they're probably like in-art cucks, man. They don't know who the team is.
Who told me that? We got Luch in the house. Welcome, my friend.
How you doing?
He says, what up, my positive posing 1-6 collection. Right on time with the perfect comment. We got Nefty. Look at you. Welcome.
Nefty.
What's up, gentlemen, Fabs? Thank you for having me today.
How are you? Welcome. I didn't even know you were available.
2 weekends, man.
Yeah, that's why I didn't know if you were available, because I was like, this guy's been. I thought you quit collecting.
No, I had a first weekend. I was up at Waco, Texas, at one of the universities. Now this year is my daughter who's up for college searching, and then last weekend I was up at Rochester, New York, for my son's first family, weekend.
Yeah, the visit. Yeah. The parents weekend or whatever. Yeah.
Man, you've been all over the place.
Oh, tell me about it, bro. And that Waco thing, the time difference, and then for Rochester, you gotta drive that up 4 hours one way, 4 hours back.
Imagine.
Yeah, I want to visit Waco at some point. I was near there. I was a couple hours away for like 9 months, and I never made it. But I'm pretty curious about that place.
Nefty, do you realize that if you stop spending your money on all these bootleg jazzing vehicles, you could actually have your own Tesla to drive you 4 hours there and 4 hours back?
And illegal bootleg.
I'm still waiting on the vehicle. Last info that I got from him and his website is that my thing was ready to be shipped, but I am awaiting the tracking.
Yeah, I thought you said this was shipped like a month ago.
Yeah. That's the email that I got. It was ready to go. He did say await the tracking, so I'm still waiting.
Yeah.
I don't know, Fab. Sounds like bullshit.
Right around that time that strike happened, which only lasted 4 days. But so I don't know if that has anything to do with it, because I'm doing it.
No, stop looking to justify the bullshit. Stop it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Well,
every time it's like, I
looking-
don't know. It's the customer. That's a standard customer service. It happened to me. No. It's not a joke. It happened to me when I was waiting for my 66. I think that happened also with the BVS. You get an email saying it's shipping soon, and then it's like, just kidding. So I did have that as well. I don't remember how long before it actually shipped. I got that email, but I did get those too. So it's nothing new. It's just what he does.
No, because as soon as I got it, I remember I texted and said, "Hey, it looks like it's coming down the pipe." But
right. That's what I'm saying. I thought it was it's been like a month already. We got Uncarded in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here.
Konnichiwa means what's up.
Uncarded says you can't spell third-party phone without This guy, disrespectful already. We got Rob in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Welcome. We got Carlos in the house. Welcome, my friend.
Charlie, my friend, Charlie Brigante. How you doing?
What'd you say, Brandon?
I got lighting. Am I doing it right? Is it like?
Yeah, but you can't face it on the camera. Like you have to face it like from the camera. No, this guy. Yes, like that. Correct. It's got to be on your face.
Pretty bright out here, guys.
Oh my God. We got Derek in the house. Welcome, my friend. Welcome, guys. There's 32 of you guys in here. Don't forget to hit that like button. Remember, less is more. We don't need 100 watching. Whoever has over 100 people watching is a peasant, is a dirty, stinky, funky peasant who is failing at life because less is more. Less is always more. The less viewers you have, the more, the better you're doing in life. So remember, anybody with over 100 watching is a dirty peasant and is failing at life, because less is more.
In
I
fact,
love you and all, bro, but I don't know that that's how that works.
I was talking to you about the Jackson Catwoman fiasco, because that was during my travels and stuff, man.
Well, you didn't watch it. If you're asking me that question on stream, that means you didn't watch the stream. So that's very disrespectful.
You didn't watch the stream.
Right.
Super disrespectful.
That is an old topic now. We are moving forward. Okay,
we're moving forward, Neffy.
Give me the condensed version, because seriously, I was traveling and running around, and
we'll talk about it after, because we got some. We'll do it at the end. All right. Bo.
How you doing?
Little Mo.
We got Jim in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. We got this guy. Unbelievable. Always in the house. Jason, welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here.
Hello.
Always in the house. Always in the house. We got Harold in the house. Welcome, my friend.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
This guy, unbelievable. This is for you. We got Chris. Welcome, my friend. Nice to see you.
Hello.
Joker J in the house. Welcome, my friend.
Hello.
Joker J.
Bad Planet. Welcome. Where are you?
I'm doing.
Let's see. Bring on the best.
This light mode is giving me post-traumatic stress.
Don't have a seizure either. I'll send you my address to this guy. Unbelievable.
How dare you?
Must be nice to still have sunlight.
Oh, man, yeah, man.
We're dark at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, 5:30 around here. It's gonna get to 4:45.
Yep, it's crazy,
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh, New York versus LA, huh?
Any new news from the world of mattresses? We got Paul in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here.
Hello.
Guys, don't forget to hit that like button. Remember, less is more. All we need is 31 likes right now. There's 31 of you guys in here. That's all we need right now. If anybody has more than 31 likes, they're a filthy peasant. Because remember, less is more.
Filthy peasant.
Face looks fatter. Also, and more wrinkles under the eyes. Yeah, no, I'm telling you, it looked off to me immediately, because there was something really appealing about that figure when it was first announced. I was like, that is a very sexy looking figure. It didn't look funky with the neck. It didn't look off at all. That's why everybody was like, oh my God, it looks incredible. When you compare, like you just saw next to the final product, it's nowhere near the same. The neck is gone.
What
You know?
are we talking about, Fab?
What?
What are we talking about?
Baylan Skoll.
No, I brought up Baylan real quickly before we started. Baylan Skoll. Does look better? Yeah, no, exactly. And at the end of the day, it should, right? It should always look the best on the prototype. The problem is the neck has nothing to do with the prototype, right? The neck shouldn't be something that, oh, look, the prototype has a neck, but the final product doesn't. That's a fail on Hot Toys, in my opinion, right? You should never have a figure being affected by the neck. If anything, what do we look for in the final product? Any differences in the head sculpt from the prototype. So we compare what the prototype looked like, and then we look at the final product and see what changes, if any, are that noticeable. Whether it got softer, whether it lost detail, whether it, whatever it is, it's never been the neck. The neck has never been an issue, right? That's why I was able to I'm like, there's something off with this figure. And there you go. So it doesn't even have a neck. We got Wayne in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here.
Hello.
Let's see. Okay, enough Baylan. Enough Baylan. This guy. I'm surprised.
Bro, that's Savage.
Yeah, I'm
I
surprised.
can't even handle it.
I'm surprised Rob is even here for Star Wars when now as far as I'm concerned, and as far as I've noticed, he's the Iron Man collector now. Okay, so he went from strictly Star Wars. Now he's got a whole Iron Man collection, and he got the nicer ones too. Peasant. We got Iron Dude in the house. Welcome, my friend. Long time. Nice to see you. Welcome. Let's see who else is in the house. Thank you guys for being here, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't yet. Remember, less is more. 35 of you guys in here. Hit that like button. Thank you, guys. I'll wait till yes. So that's the thing. Guarantee you it'll be perfectly fine in hand. I don't think there'll be a problem. But from pictures, we're comparing pictures. The final product looks funky. Joker J said, Nefty, how about them Yanks? Oh, don't get him started. Don't do it. Nefty, not now. It'll be a never-ending conversation about the Yankees.
But wait, if the Yankees are doing something, it's probably important.
We got Sean in the house. Welcome, my friend. Being here. Welcome. Our new said, I keep getting guys for two. Is this new? Yeah, it's new. There's no ads, you liar. Let's see. Carlos says, Fabs in the chat. Bologna sandwich. Oh, they did start. Unbelievable. I apologize. Iron Dude, I apologize. I thought you were being a mother faker, but you're not. So let's see. Leo, my friend, welcome. Thank you for being here. Nice. Welcome. My God, you guys are on fire.
He didn't even spell baloney the correct way. I don't know if I can take him seriously.
He's baloney.
Actually, you know,
baloney.
I've made some Amazon purchases that I've been disappointed with in the past, but I think this is like the worst Amazon purchase I've ever made. Like this was supposed to be lighting, man. Like I was all excited because it got dropped off.
Peasant, that light is for 1/6 scale figures, not humans. Okay,
see, that's what I thought too. Like I got it because I'm gonna start shooting I'm gonna start working on a top secret project.
Yes, OnlyFans.
I need more lighting. Only feats. Only feats.
Feet finder.
Oh yeah, feet finder. Only finder. Only feet.
Only finder.
Only finder.
Only finder. Oh man,
dude, I put feet pics in the sale that I did on Friday. I cannot tell you the comments like in the other groups are just absolutely off the chain. It was ridiculous.
Chris says, "Okay, I'm out helping you out. Peace."
How dare you?
Oh my God, unbelievable. We got Thule. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Nice to see ya.
Hello.
It's got dead pixels in the middle.
Brandon, you have it set up wrong. That's the problem.
No. See all these white pixels right here, and then there's two. There's a red one and a green one randomly.
No. What you're not understanding is the whole point of the light is not for it to be in your face. The whole point of the light is to give the camera more light, not your face.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh,
so if you put it towards the camera, it'll give the camera more lighting. It'll pick up your face more.
I'm sorry, Fabs. I'm not a movie star like you. I have to learn stuff the hard way.
It's called common sense. I didn't know you were remedial. I apologize.
I will fight you. Call my ass remedial.
Okay. We got Big Dog. How are you, my
start picking on you.
Welcome. Thank you for being
have room
here.
Behind the camera. What the?
Well, that's the thing.
In here doing this shit.
As long as just right there, you have perfect lighting. Just being that close. So as long as you set it up facing you, you'll be fine. But it's got to be near the camera.
Okay, let's see. Oh, hey, that's a lot better.
See, I told you.
Yeah, but
it's got to be closer to the actual lens of the camera.
Oh, okay. So let me lower it a little bit then.
Right,
guys, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining the webcam troubleshooting tip technology and lighting hour.
101.
Be your co-host. 101. No. 097. It's remedial.
We got Albert in the house. Welcome, my friend.
Konnichiwa means what's up.
The door in the house. Welcome. Long time. I haven't seen this guy, I feel like, in a month and a half. We got Ernesto in the house. Welcome, my friend.
Hello.
Thank you guys for being here. Everybody's in the house. All right, looks like that's everybody. Guys, again, don't forget to hit that like button. I am here. What? Thank you, my friend. Yes, guys, first time he's not competing on my time slot. Thank you. Thank you for finally having some decency towards your friend, my friend. What'd you say, Nefty?
No. I was laughing on the comment about the purge. You had
Yeah, no, wait, I forgot. I forgot to like get into it, but let me see. Where's Albert? Where's Albert? Because he's the one who said it. All right, never mind. Oh, here it is. Has the purge started? No, not yet. I'm waiting for, I'm giving enough people enough time to comment so they're not.
You're serious about that?
Well, think about it. 2,100 plus members and no engagement whatsoever.
Let me hit
and
you
I understand. And wait. And I understand that there are people who just like being in groups just to be in them, right? Not that they don't comment, they don't like that. I understand all that. I don't care for my group to have 10,000 people that do nothing. I don't care for that. I'd rather have 100 people who engage all the time than 2,000 who don't do anything. That's my mentality. You got cops at your house, Brandon.
I'm calling the police on you because I can't handle this level of bullshit and nonsense. Don't purge people from the group. It's going to negatively impact your ranking in the algorithm.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how the peasants do in the next week or so.
Don't worry, guys. I'm a moderator. I'll kick him out of the group if he gets off the chain.
Oh man, Nefty, unlike a tracking number, we're moving forward.
Yeah. That was so true.
Oh my God, that was great. Unbelievable. See, Will, we need you here more often. Let's see. All right, let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. And then we get started. Yeah, so 31 guys. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't be peasants on the stream. I'm looking up reference photos, and he does look like that. The way the suit is and the way his body type is makes it look like he doesn't. Oh, okay. No, like I said,
that's great.
I'm just going through pictures. I'm going by pictures. I'm going from pictures. That's it. I'm not saying that in hand is going to look like crap. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just pointing out what I saw with my own two eyes, and I wanted to tell you guys that because I did notice that it looked funky. It looked very funky in the final in the blogger pictures.
You stop bad mouthing my Baylan Skoll figure. I've waited a year, and I will not have you badmouth that figure.
I am not. Imagine if you picked up your girl for dinner and she had no neck, you'd run after taking a pic for Instagram. Oh my God.
I don't know. When I pick up Fabs, he has no neck. So
Brandon Scrapyard has some awesome pieces for sale. There you go.
Who's big, man? Look at that. I like that.
That's Jason. That's the man right there.
Jason is clearly the man.
That is the man. And then
who's here?
Oh no.
Yes.
What's up, everyone?
It's Rudy. Mexico's back.
Rudy,
What's
so
up?
wait, Rudy, wait. Before we get started, hold on. Let me just finish saying hello to everybody. Modas, welcome. Nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Happy Tuesday.
Hello!
No, because I got a few questions. I got a few questions for Rudy, and it's only fair to allow him to defend himself after the accusations of Comic-Con on Thursday. So, Rudy,
hold on. Put on the disclaimer.
Oh, hold on. Yes. Hold on, guys.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Here we go. All right, what am I defending myself against?
Here we go.
Prepare. All right, so let me see who else is in here, and then we'll get started. Leo says, unboxing my Thrawn right now. Deadpool should be. Oh, that Thrawn, Leo. Beauty. Fabs, you said you hadn't seen me in about 3 months. Since I've been here. Just goes me. I'm just kidding. I know you're here. Let's see. Albert says, but I already bought my riot gear for the person.
Didn't know you were here.
This guy
Didn't
is at a
know.
party. Brandon Faz looks at logic like he looks at liberal. We got Fat Gadget. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here.
I feel like saying his name is going to get you demonetized. That's all I can do.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Bad. Like, say it very slowly, you know?
Fat Gadget.
Enunciate. There you go.
Bad guy.
Pretty.
Let's see. All right, so we got everybody. Thank you guys for being here. Don't forget, there's 41 of you guys in here. Hit that like button if you haven't yet. Don't be a peasant. We got Figure It Out in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here as well.
Hello!
All right, so Figure It Out. You left a comment somewhere, and I wanted to. Oh my God, what was it? It was about a figure. Please, if you remember, please let me know because it was a good comment. I forget which figure it was though. We got Joe. Welcome, my friend. I haven't seen you here. Thank you for being here.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
All right, let's get started. So, Rudy, before we get into the hot toys,
All right.
explain to everybody when you got your handicap sticker for your car and what happened on Thursday.
Bro, I got to hear this.
Oh, wait, which part? Are we talking about the part where you left Thrawn in the middle of the sidewalk, the box?
No. That was a good one. That was a good part.
Whoa. I feel like there's all kinds of shenanigans I missed out. Do I got to move it to the East Coast to have a good time or what?
God. Go ahead.
Let's start with the basics, right? It was fun. It was great getting to see you and Mike and everything. But at the end, it was like 4:00. Mike is getting his last we
were ready to be done, by the way. We were like
ready to be done.
How early were you guys there? Like
I was there at like 10 o'clock.
Yeah, 10:30 we got there.
That was 4. Okay, yeah.
So Fabs is doing like squats to limber up. I'm at the point where, and keep in mind, Mike's kind of image of me running with a big Iron Man 3 Igor box. This is not wrong. He's not wrong. So before we even get to things, credit to Mike because we bought these figures. Fabs got Thrawn. I got the Iron Man 3 Igor, which is this massive box, and I'm walking around with this. And Mike says to all of us, he's like, "Screw this! I'm gonna get you guys a bag." So he's looking for bags. And then he finds a garbage bag.
A garbage bag.
He's like, "Screw this!" He just pulls that thing, and he makes the bag right there. Saved my life.
Yep, clear garbage bag from a garbage like pail that was inside Comic-Con. He yanked it out and gave it to him, and it was perfect.
It worked out perfectly. But so we go down to the art section. We go upstairs to the main room, and then around 4:00, we're ready. Faz is like, "We're almost done." And I'm starting to actually it's hot, but I'm starting to sweat because my back is like in massive pain. My thighs are like burning, and then we're going down to the main entrance, and Mike says, "I got to go get one more print. I got to track this guy down." And I'm like, "Goodbye. I got to get my bus. I'm like dying here." It was horrible. I think I'm still recovering from that.
He was like, Mike was like, "I got to go down for one more thing." He was like, Rudy was like, "All right, guys, I got to go."
Quick, did you buy that was big?
The Iron Man 3, the
Igor.
The
big blue one.
Yeah,
Igor.
It's a humongous figure.
Now, let me ask you: do people?
Hold on.
I've never been to Comic-Con. Do people go buy, let's say, a statue there? Do they sell statues there?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, dude.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
What do you do?
You take them home. You take them home.
Look at this guy.
No,
He was walking around. He was walking around with this all throughout Comic-Con.
Oh man, that's huge. That's way bigger than I thought we were talking about.
No, this thing is massive.
So most likely a statue collector is going to walk right out.
No,
Yeah,
Navi, what happens when you see people make multi-$1,000 purchases on statues like that is the vendor wants to keep it on display for the booth because it's too big a centerpiece for it to move on. So they'll keep it at the booth and then you write you out a claim ticket or something, or they'll make arrangements so you can come and get it after the show. Okay. And by after the show, I don't mean Friday after the first day of the show. I mean, they'll let it sit there all weekend. I mean, unless you're leaving, but Yeah, I've seen all kinds of massive pieces get sold. You know what I used to sell was I don't know if you ever saw them, but in 12 scale, the TIE fighters that they did, the 12 scale TIE fighters at Toys R Us was a big deal. Those things like similar size box toys got that, actually probably a little bit bigger because I could only fit two of them in the backseat of my car. And I would take those to shows, and my car would be loaded up with them. The trailer would be loaded up with them and everything when I was doing shows. And it was absolutely massive and a pain in the ass to move around. I still got one in my
Somebody
garage.
buys a Hulk Buster. They're walking around with that big box.
Oh
Yo,
yeah,
the Hulk Buster
oh, yeah.
is massive though. That thing.
Yeah, no, I know.
I mean, you think this thing is big? That thing. So, now that Fabs is gone. Oh, I was about to tell him your Thrawn story.
He's back. He's back. Shh.
He's back. I can't say it.
Fabs.
Go ahead.
So listen to this. Listen to this. He left it. But listen to this. So, since we needed a break because it is hot in there, right? We go out in the cool air, get a breath of fresh air.
What's going on? Oh, okay.
He doesn't want it. He doesn't want it heard. He doesn't.
Oh my God.
So we're talking, right? We're laughing. We're having a good time. We're talking figures. We're talking about the convention. We're talking about Nefty's love for Star Ace.
Oh, were they there? Were they there?
No, you did. Your name did come up a few times when we got to the
Like I
Star
said, I
Ace
was traveling. I was up at Rochester for that weekend.
But so get this. So I have my box down, and Fabs puts Thrawn, who he's just gotten. He puts him right down next to the bag that I have with the Iron Man, the Igor. So then all of a sudden we're like, all right, let's go back in. We're gonna try to find Star Ace's booth. So Mike goes in, Fabs goes in, and I'm left behind. I'm like, yo, you just left Thrawn right in the sidewalk. Like you forgot it right there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we were walking away, and I completely didn't think about it. I forgot I had anything in my hand.
Well, you got it.
It was funny because right before that, I forgot what happened, and I said I'll 100% forget it, so I didn't want to put it down. And then the moment I put it down, we walked away from it, and I was like, "See, this is why I didn't want to put it down because I know how it is."
How far walking away are we talking about? Like you took 2 steps and stopped, or did you genuinely
He
walk?
was in the door. He was in the door, and I was like, I grabbed it. I was like, Fabs.
You gotta be kidding. You know what, dude? That's it. You can't buy any more shit. When you have so many figures that you had one in hand, set it down, and then forgot about it, you can't buy any more shit. You're all done, bro.
Let me tell you something. I would have been so upset. You don't even understand how upset I would have been.
Fabs,
if I would.
Before you move on to this, real quickly, when you guys went to the Star Ace, did the Ghostbuster look good? Nah,
Beautiful. Actually, very, very good for what it's supposed to be. We saw the Rockies. We saw that Rocky you have. We saw Ivan Drago. We saw Apollo. For being a Fison and a head sculpt, they look really, really good in person. And the Ghostbusters, again, for being Star Ace, they look very, very, very good.
Yeah, they look better than I expected. I think I was surprised.
Yep.
Like I'm not saying that they're going to be on par with the Blitzway.
Absolutely not.
They were still when I saw them, I was a little surprised at how
they may be better than the present toy ones. 100%.
I think so. Yeah.
Yep. We got Jim in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Happy Tuesday. Welcome.
Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa means what's up.
All right, so we are getting started. Why do we keep seeing McDonald's and E. coli? This guy. So, guys, we got the Mark II 2.0 out finally. So these are the blogger pictures, obviously. So one thing I want to mention, I bought this figure. I pre-ordered this figure when it came out. I had something like $260 in points, so I used them. So I only owe like $200 on this figure, $230 or something like that. So I'm very excited to get this figure. It's gonna be releasing at any moment, right? From Sideshow. So I'm gonna go with you, Brandon. Obviously, you're Star Wars only, mostly. Is this something appealing to you? Do you like Iron Man? Do you like the Mark II specifically, being the one that is the one that's unpainted? And if you don't like it,
I was kind of going. No. You know, I think it's a great fig overall. The head sculpt we talked about. You know, Robert Downey Jr. actually being Tony Stark. We talked about that last week. This is really neat though. I think that a lot of the Iron Mans kind of feel like a cash grab because, you know, if they're going to print an Iron Man, We know, somebody's going to walk out and buy it. Doesn't matter what it is. But let's go back a picture where the fins are open and stuff, and the chest plate is open. Like that's really cool stuff. Like I kind of like. I've held a couple of these diecast figures in hand, and they're super super impressive. I mean, if I had space, like I'm considering building another wing onto my house just to go ahead and house a collection. But if I had the space, this is definitely one of the few Iron Man figures I would have. There's probably 2 or 3 that I would have, and this would be one of them. I think it's just really cool. Like it throws me back to the first Iron Man movie, which I think is kind of the intention.
Yes.
That's when Terrence Howard runs by and he says, "Next time," and we all say,
Next time. It's like next time. It's like next time, baby. So,
but I think it's really, really cool. I like it a lot.
One thing I'm noticing here now, guys, look at the fingerprints. It looks like I don't know if it could be fingerprints. Look at that.
No, I think that's artifacting. Is that? Yeah, actually, it is fingerprints.
It looks like fingerprints. That is
who
crazy.
never puts fingerprints on their figures is in art.
Yeah, because their figures break before you touch them. So also, Nefty,
Yes.
is this coming home? Did you get one? Did you get multiples? Are you an Iron Man fan? And what would you rate this?
I definitely got this one because this is completing my 1 through 7. I currently have 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is going to complete it. Now, I am hoping for another 4 because I have the old 4 with the gantry. So I have that displayed in its own section. So I would like another 4 in the future so I can add it to my whole of
so that is a good point. We were having this conversation in the members chat, guys. If you haven't thought about joining the channel, please do so. We have a private members chat. So that's what he's talking about. We had this conversation. Patrick, shout out to Patrick. I think he brought up if we thought, that they were going to make another Mark IV. So my response was, I don't think so. I think he pointed out that the Mark IV came out in 2017 or something like that. The reason why I don't think that's coming is because of this. They knew, even though it was back then, right? Or maybe they didn't know, right? But they were making already 2.0 Iron Man figures that were not called 2.0. For example, that Mark IV was never called 2.0, right? The problem is that Mark IV, even when it was made with plastic, because remember that the difference is that, I don't know if you guys notice or have these figures, but the original plastic Iron Man figures came with either no head sculpt or half a head sculpt, right? It was the mask covered, right? And then you would lift it. It was magnetized on top. It would sit on top of the helmet, and you only got half of the face.
Yeah, so partial.
That's what Hot Toys used to always do with the Iron Man figures. The Mark IV was one of the very first ones, and I'm going to take that back because I want to be very specific. There have been plastic Iron Man made with really crappy full head sculpts, okay? But the newer ones, some of the newer ones, like I could pull out an Iron Man Mark II, I'll tell you right now, a Mark II with a half a head sculpt and a Mark III with a full Tony Stark head sculpt that looks like garbage. So they were making head sculpts back then, just not as good. But they were mostly focusing on the half a head sculpt helmets. Mark IV was a complete head sculpt that was made. Again, this was, I think, before they even realized that they were going to continue making 2.0s. I think they were just starting to make diecast, not thinking, oh, we're going to be calling these 2.0s. We're just going to be making the Iron Man all over again in diecast. So they made the plastic 4 with a head sculpt. They made the diecast 4 with a head sculpt, right? So, and the diecast gantry as well. So why would there be a need to remake that figure? To do what? Right? There is, and Sean, shout out to Sean, he mentioned that the figure is slightly smaller than the other figures, right? So what I said was, or I don't remember if I said it, but my response to that is this. The reason why it looks smaller than the other marks, for example, Mark III. The Mark III was still a newer mark The Mark IV was a more advanced mark. Therefore, Tony made it more sleek, right? It wasn't so bulky like the Mark III.
Yeah.
That's why the Mark III looks that much bigger, right? The Mark I also that much bigger. The Mark IV was now the more sleek, the more advanced one out of obviously 1, 2, and 3. Remember that 3 was the darker paint, and then the 4 became a different Iron Man suit completely. So that's why I don't think, again, I think they'll come out with a variant Mark IV before they do another standard Mark IV. And again, what can they possibly add to this Mark IV to change it? They can't change
Gantry.
they can't change the head sculpt, right? Because that's a head sculpt that looks like him from that movie. It comes with the glasses, so that's a must. It comes with the coffee cup. It comes with the donut, right? I forget who it was. Maybe it was you, Rudy, that mentioned the donut, right? They can give now with the gantry, with the Mark VI gantry. You guys know how humongous that thing is.
Right.
Rudy said there's a possibility that if they decide to do that figure, they could give us a 1/6 scale donut, right? To prop him up in, to take pictures with him in. And I think somebody made that. So I've seen somebody take pictures of a Mark IV within a donut. Again, I don't know who made it, but I've seen it. And it looks beautiful. So would Hot Toys do that? They can at any moment. I don't think so, though. Would it be cool? Absolutely. Would people buy it? Absolutely. Because if people are buying that gantry that is humongous, it doesn't fit on any detail shelf whatsoever, right? So people know this. People are still getting it. So why would somebody get the donut? So if they decide to make the donut, I think it'll sell. People love Iron Man. As you can see, Nefty would like another Mark IV. Again, I don't think it's needed. We got 2 already. So it is what it is. But that's why I don't think that another Mark IV is necessary.
But yeah, because currently I have this is the only one I'm missing, and I believe after him and the Chrome Iron Man, I'm basically done with Iron Man because I have
so don't forget that's another thing that I brought up when it was announced, and I'm going to say it again. Remember that there were a plastic version of this of Tony Stark with a half a helmet, with a half a head sculpt. There was a Don Cheadle version that was called the Mark II Unleashed version.
Okay.
And then there was this one. This is the 2.0. So now we have 3 Mark IIs. Now, they have to make the Don Cheadle version as well. So now that this is made, you better believe that you're going to get a Don Cheadle head sculpt. And the thing is, did he appear in the movie with just the suit and the head sculpt? He did not. When he appeared, it was suited up when he showed up at the military base, and he opened up the helmet faceplate, and that was it. So do I think they're still going to make him with a head sculpt? They should, just to make it different, right? It won't be accurate, movie accurate, but it's the advancement that the figure needs. Remember, the Unleashed version was plastic. Now this will be die-cast with a Don Cheadle head sculpt, which they could literally reuse the Iron Patriot Endgame head sculpt updated, or obviously they have to de-age it a little bit because obviously in Endgame he was older than he was in Iron Man 2. So little things have to happen. Again, is that coming? 100%. You better believe Hot Toys is going to reuse this mark 100%. It's a beautiful mark. It's a beautiful paint job. And all they got to do is give you a head sculpt, maybe dull it out a little bit, right? It can't be as shiny. Remember, it wasn't supposed to be as shiny when Rhodey took it. So remember this conversation because that other Mark II with Don Cheadle is coming. Rudy. What? Rudy, exciting for this? Are you excited for this? Is this exciting to you? Are you getting this? Are you getting 2?
No, I mean, it's beautiful, right? The paint apps on this thing, the reflective, because it's not really chrome, but it looks like it.
Correct.
Almost.
It's not chrome.
Right?
Definitely
it's
took
beautiful.
fingerprints like it's chrome.
Right. But for me, it's almost I have 2 of the Mark IIs already.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, do I really need another? I had the original plastic one too, right? That came out. So
and then you have the Mark, and then you have the Mark II 1.0 diecast.
Yeah. So it's like, do I need another one?
Yes.
Right. Especially in this current market. And no. You know, especially in this current market.
So the price is a little intimidating, right? That 4+.
It's getting to that because look, I
Yeah.
just paid off the Iron Man the Mark 6 with the gantry. That wasn't cheap, right? I still got a bunch of other Iron Man figures. The Tony Stark that got released last week with the Mark
the
6
Mark
armor
7.
too.
The
The
Mark
Mark
7
7
suit up.
armor.
The Mark 7
Right, the
suit
suit up.
yeah.
I've got that one. That's not a cheap figure. So it starts adding up, and it's like, all right, do I really need this if I already have 2 versions of him?
Right.
That's
And look who this is coming from, guys. Rudy gets a lot of stuff all the time.
I don't know, man. I mean, unless Rudy is putting one of these figures down on the sidewalk and walking away from it, I don't think he should have one.
So like I said, guys, budgeting is real. Budgeting is going to be even more intense for people now. Figures are getting way more expensive, and as you I told you, I will never be ashamed of slowing down because it's getting insane. It's getting ridiculous. If you guys got it like that, God bless you. Keep buying. I have to now.
I will.
I will.
I know Nefty a baller over here.
I know he's the only one. We should be splitting that check. So every release now, I'm being a lot more picky. Not that I'm not buying them, but I am not spending full price plus tax and shipping on everything. It's unrealistic. And like I mentioned before, Mike brought this up, and I never thought about this because when I think about ordering figures, it's just about getting that figure in my collection. It's never really about the money. It's never really been about the money. Yes, they're expensive, but at the end of the day, my mentality is I need that figure. $500, $600, it doesn't faze me. It's I need that figure. Mike said something one stream months ago. I believe it was after the stream. He said, for the amount of stuff that you buy, you should be looking to save money, which again, I don't ever. Everything I get is from Sideshow. And then if I could get, from Toys for Kiddos for whatever reason, or eBay or whatever, that's been, it's always been Sideshow first and then everything else. I stopped pre-ordering on Sideshow for a while. I'm back to pre-ordering because of, all the queues and all that stuff and all the artisan and all the stuff that we can't get anywhere else for that, low price or lower price. So when he said that, I was like, he's 100%. And that's exactly what he does. He'll shop everywhere else but Sideshow. He will only go to Sideshow when he has to for whatever reason. But he'll buy everything. He'll buy cases from wherever, pop culture, from wherever he has to buy from, he'll buy from, right? To save that money because he buys a lot. I've never thought about that. I just need that figure in my collection. I need it right away. I don't care how much it is. I don't care how much tax is. I don't care how much shipping is. I need the figure, and I need to make sure I get it locked in. So where do I go? Sideshow, right? So now that that when he brought that up, I was like, listen, I need to really start thinking about these things. And so I started changing the way I started buying. And as you can see, I don't just pre-order anything and everything. And there's a bunch of things that I haven't pre-ordered. And as you can see, I'm still getting. Thrawn is one of them. Thrawn, I for whatever reason, I don't remember pre-ordering. And if I did, I probably missed. I didn't pay it on Sideshow. Whatever the situation was, I ended up getting it for cheaper. I got it brand new sealed for less than what I paid, but I would have paid for it on Sideshow. So also, I got amazing deals recently on eBay. I'm going to tell you guys real quickly what I got, just so you understand that to a certain extent, especially Marvel, you can really hold off, obviously, unless, for example, Rudy's a hardcore Marvel. So anything Marvel, you'll pre-order right away. This is just for the people who would like to try to save some money. Marvel looks like, again, not everything, but most of the Marvel stuff will be sitting. So what I just ended up getting on eBay was the Hot Toys Guardians of the Galaxy 3 Cosmo and Rocket combo pack for $100, and so it was $71 bid, $120 shipping. So I got it for $191, brand new sealed. Okay, I got the 501st Legion clone from Obi-Wan also for $162. Obviously plus tax, so it's $180. And the third one I got was the Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, the Wasp figure for $121. Obviously plus tax, so that's $140. So these are figures that I most likely have pre-ordered. I know the 501st I had pre-ordered. I'm going to let that go. The The Wasp, I believe I have it pre-order also on Sideshow. I'm gonna let that go. And the Cosmo double pack, I don't remember. I think I let that go on Sideshow because I knew I was gonna be able to get it cheaper. And so here it is. I got it way cheaper. The 501st was one figure that shout out to Rob Garcia. He said this, this figure is garbage. He's like, this sucks. And when he told me that, I believe because he's big on Star.
And that's a wrap. Thanks for coming, everybody.
Did we lose it? What is going on?
It's like I'm gonna give him so much shit. Hey man, the internet called. They cut you off because they had enough of your rent.
Oh my god.
I must be. Yeah, he's back.
I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
I called Bill Gates about the internet. He says he was just tired of you renting.
I think it's the ads. They're kicking me out so they can play. So Rob Garcia tells me about the 501st Legion clone, and so like I said, he's a big Star Wars collector. So obviously I trust what he said, and he wanted no part of it. He was trying to get rid of that thing like it had AIDS, and so it kind of like turned me off. I'm like, why would he say such so many bad things about the figure if it really wasn't that bad? He like hated the thing. So I said, you know what? I said, I have it right now sitting on my account, on my Sideshow account, waiting to get paid off. I only owe like $100 and some on it because I had it on a payment plan. Another figure that I'm letting go because I just got it for $160, right? So that figure, according to Rob's judgment on it, is worth every penny from the $162 because it's clearly not worth $250 or $260 that it's what it's going for retail on eBay. Also, Nefty, how many, what was your first Iron Man, and did you ever get any of the Mark II plastic ones?
No, I didn't know that the plastic ones existed until I was deep into the hobby. But the first Iron Man I got was as a gift was the Hulkbuster, and then following that I purchased the Mark IV with the gantry. That was my first one. The Mark IV with the gantry.
The Hulkbuster is a great gift, man.
Yeah.
Gave you that.
It was a retirement gift. So yeah. But the Iron Man gantry, and at the time it was already old, so I backtracked that one, and so in my setup now, I currently in the DF 120. I have the Hulkbuster in the middle, if you can imagine that, in the center of the DF 120. On the side of it, I have the Mark 1, 2, soon to have the 2, the 3. On the other side, I have 5, 6, and 7. In the middle, I have with the Hulkbuster, I have the 43. On the side, I have the 47. Then I have a mechanic Stark with the third-party desk, and then the Iron Man 3, which was the hanging one, the mechanical one. So for me to get the 4 in, I'm gonna have.
You're talking about the mech test.
The mech one. So I have the mechanic Stark standing over a desk with the mech tech behind him as he's working on the shop. But my thing is, I'm gonna have to switch to a max, because if I don't get another 4 to put into this particular display with the max, then I can bring in the 4 with the whole gantry and put it right in the middle with the Hulkbuster in the back, and then the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the side of it. Currently with the DF 120 is good, but I wouldn't be able to put in the gantry there because then it'll look like a whole mosh pit and it'll be too crowded. So I'm gonna need. And the other Ironmans, the 1 and later the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, they're currently on a platform. So the Hulkbuster is there, they're elevated. So you see that standing. So it's kind of like a makeshift Hall of Armor. Obviously,
I got you. No, that's got to look nice though. It's got to look really nice.
Well, it's like that now, but it was I was hoping I would get another a 4 to put him in there. But if not, I'll use the 4 that I have with the gantry and just switch up the case and put him on a max.
No, it's got to be nice. We got Gina in the house. Welcome, Gina. Nice to see you. Also, Rudy, 1 to 10. Head sculpt.
There's something about the head sculpt. I don't know. I don't know if it's the eyes or maybe the way that the eyes are positioned that makes it look a bad funky, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I said.
Yeah,
I
it's the
thought the same
positioning of the
exact
eyes.
thing, and I'm going to show you where. I want to show you where. I think it's the first picture. It's like, why does it look like that? The eyes. It looks like the eyes are his like they're the lids are like too wide open. Here, see?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, there's
look
something.
at that.
It doesn't look. It's funny. Like
Yeah.
they've knocked some of these out of the park, and then some of the other ones, it's just like.
Yeah, he doesn't look like Tony Stark. He looks like my friend Pablo. You know?
He looks like a narco.
Oh
He
my
looks
God.
like Pablo Stark.
Pablo Stark.
Pablo Stark.
Pablo Sanchez Stark. We got Ash
Pablo
with the
Sanchez.
super chat. Thank you, my friend. He
Oh,
says,
Pablo Stark.
okay, Fabs, where are the DP things you said are coming?
Oh, man,
Ash, Ash,
let's
Ash,
keep on the campaign to election day.
Ash, where is Layla? Ash,
I don't think so.
All I need is Brad. Is Brad around? Let's go, Brad.
Oh my God.
where is
That's his
Layla?
life.
Where is Layla, guys? Everybody said Escape Leia's coming. She's coming. I'm still waiting, peasants. Where is she? Where is she?
I was one of them.
Where is she? Oh, everybody was an expert when Layla was teased and shown. Everybody knew. Oh, she's coming. I'm the expert. Where? And I told you guys, absolutely not. Where is she?
I was one of them.
Deadpool figures are still coming. Where's Layla?
I was one of them, big guy.
Yeah, she ain't coming. I'm telling you, Ash. I'm telling you.
You know what? They're gonna drop. They're gonna drop both Deadpool variant and Layla on the same day.
Oh, Layla.
Layla. Ash, thank you, my friend. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you, bro.
No, you.
No, thank you, bro.
Thank you.
No, thank you, bro.
No, seriously, you.
No, seriously, thank you, bro.
No, for real, you.
No, thank you.
My God, this guy, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Joe says that's the look that's the look when you're told you, you have an STD. Yeah, see, his eyes look like they're too wide open. He looks like he's
There's
like
something.
this.
Yeah.
A
Bizarre.
little bit of Dallas Buyers Club in there.
You know what's funny? I noticed that and I didn't want to say anything because I'm like, people are gonna say I hate Hot Toys all of a sudden, and I'm like, nah. So that's why I didn't bring that up because it's really not big of a deal. It's only in the pictures. In hand, I could guarantee it'll look fine. But I did notice that the eyes look way too wide open.
Look, and we've been having this conversation for a while now, right? The new figures, you could say we're all being nitpicky with how accurate we want them to be. They're all a vast improvement over everything we used to collect 10 years ago, right? So it's still an amazing looking, head sculpt, but the eyes are just a little bizarre. If it were up to me and it was so if I had to give you a score, the suit is 10 out of 10 with the chrome look, but the sculpt itself, that I'd probably give it like an 8. There's just something a little bit off about it.
Yes. So I wouldn't go as low as an 8. I think that, I think a 9 is okay because of the eyes. Besides the eyes, it's perfect. The hair is perfectly fine, right? The detail on the face, it's not as bad as the Mark 6 that we got. That was horrible.
Yeah, the Mark 6 was
so this is way better than the Mark 6 head sculpt. The Mark 6 head sculpt, I forget. I think I gave it like an 8, right? This is obviously way better than that. So I'll give it a 9 for that reason, even a 9.5, because the eyes, again, in hand, they'll be perfectly fine. But in pictures, this is why I pointed out the Baylan Skoll thing, because it's very noticeable. And if something's noticeable and it like hits you in the face, you're going to notice it, right? Some people are just so excited about a figure that they just overlook everything just to say the figure's perfect, the figure's great, and just to come off positive, whether it's, on their streams, on their posts, on whatever, and they're not really being, truthful about what the figure is actually like. And, I always tell you guys what it is, but some things like that, for example, I know it's not going to be a big deal in hand. That's why I didn't even bother bringing it up, but I did notice it, and I'm glad you brought it up, Rudy, because it gave me a chance to agree with you as well. Nefty, 1 to 10.
10 on the suit, but I'll go with an 8 too, because it's something that I'm not even gonna bother with the head sculpt when I get it because of my plans of what I'm gonna display with. But the head sculpt doesn't call my attention at all, so I'll go with an 8.
Are you displaying with helmet or head sculpt?
Helmet only.
Helmet. Oh, okay. Brandon, 1 to 10.
I said a lot of really great things about it. I still feel that way. I think it's a solid 8. Solid 8. The only thing that really distracts me is, and again, it shouldn't be counted against the figure because sometimes figures. Speaking from experience, sometimes figures don't shoot photos very well. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely not too concerned about it, but I think it's a solid 8. I think it's a must-have if you're an Iron Man fan. Sure.
Chris, who the hell are you talking to? And welcome, Chris. Welcome. Thank you for being here. But who are you talking to? Who is in here with this name? This name, I can guarantee you, this name is not in my chat right now. Guaranteed, 100%.
It's the ghost.
Yeah. Who? Chris, who are you? Who's in here with this name? Because I know this person's not in here in my chat with this name. I can tell you that right now, 100% guaranteed, or your money back. But
Joe,
welcome,
this is
Chris.
for you.
Let me say hello to Chris the proper way, because Chris is my boy. Actually, I'm going to give you a good one, Chris. I'm going to give you a good one. Where is it? Where is it? One that I haven't played in a long time for nobody. Here it is. Where?
This is my boy. This is my boy. This is my boy.
I haven't played that in a while.
I keep hearing a rumbling. Like, is there a gerbil running around your mic?
Yes, I keep hearing something banging on a microphone, and it's killing me.
Yeah, I think it's a gerbil underneath your desk, buddy.
Yeah, somebody. I don't know whose it is, but somebody's like, I keep hearing this.
No, it's not like that.
Yeah, I keep hearing some funky noise. What the hell is that? Somebody on the train? What's this beeping all of a sudden?
Sorry, that was my fault.
Oh. You're on the train.
Hey, we're broadcasting, buddy. Can you put your phone on silent, please? Sheesh.
It's like, sheesh. Brandon. Unbelievable. Guys, so our next topic, and we're going to get into the showcase as well, but we're going to go over the figures first. So for those, again, let me tell you guys before I continue.
Let me repeat for the fucking billionth time.
So for those who don't know about shortcuts and about Hot Toys, okay, Hot Toys always takes shortcuts. This is a reused, a redone figure, right? So we've gotten pretty much 2 of these already. We got the Spider-Man 1, Marvel's Spider-Man 1 figure, right? Then now we got the Spider-Man 2 with the symbiote and blah, blah, blah. We got the regular one with the part symbiote. Then we got the all blacks Peter Parker suit. Now, this is a variant, right? So anybody who's shocked and upset and is complaining about this, get out of Hot Toys, because this is always and forever. Now, the only thing I am bummed about regarding this is this. So this figure is going to be 300 plus easy, right? For, again, another just reused, a remade suit. Love the suit. Love the black and red. It's a very, very sexy variant. Now, what I don't like about it is, and it's nothing I could do about it, right? There's absolutely nothing I could do. If I don't like what I'm about to say, then guess what? Don't buy it, right? That's my choice. So the one thing I was going to say was, if Hot Toys were to keep making these figures with these spider legs, right? My thing is this. Once you have the original figure, and again, I understand why they do this. I get it, right? Not everybody bought the original one with the legs, so maybe this is their first one, right? So this is why I can't say what I was going to say, but let's just continue. If they're going to continue making these figures, right, with the openings in the back for these spider legs, I wish that, again, they would just give us the figures, and because they already come with the holes pre-made in the back of the suit, if we want to display them with the legs, we could use the previous legs, whether it's from the black suit Spider-Man or whether it's from the original suit Spider-Man, right? So I don't think it's necessary to constantly keep getting these legs left and right with every single Spider-Man, because they're going to keep charging us for these legs left and right every single time. We're not going to have 4 Spider-Man figures with these legs on, right? Nobody has that much room. And if you have that much room, you don't have a collection, okay? So that's the problem. That's my issue. It's, how are you really going to display those legs on every figure if you have, let's say, all 3 right now? You can. You got the room. You can. It's going to take up a lot of space. So I'm going to get this figure, hopefully, because it's going to be a cute figure, guaranteed $2,500, made in selected markets. So that's my only issue with the figure. I love, you guys know I love red and black. I love anything that's black. So no Diddy. So that's why I love the figure. I love the figure. I love the fact that, again, they changed the suit. It's just, it might as well be a variant repainted clone trooper or stone trooper at that, right? Same exact concept, same exact thing, but again, in a Spider-Man figure. So I just wish they stopped giving us these legs, even though, again, not everybody bought the first one. So let's say somebody's getting this as their first figure. Of course, they're going to be happy they come with the legs because they don't have previous legs. But for the people who already have them, at least make it a plain SKU, a deluxe SKU, and then you make them pick. All right, if you want the legs, get the legs. If you don't need the legs, you don't need to get the legs. But again, it's all for money. They're forcing you to buy it. Whether if you like the Spider-Man, you're going to have to pay for the legs. And if you're not paying for the legs, you're not getting the figure. So that's how it is. So now let's go to you, Rudy. Exciting figure. Another upsetting reissue, repaint, reuse, something. How do you feel about
it wasn't upsetting, right? I definitely agree with you. Everything, it's a reuse. If you've been around the hobby and Hot Toys enough, you know that this is kind of what they do. And they plop that exclusive logo on it, they're gonna sell these out, right? Even if it takes a while. Because we've seen some of them linger a little bit on Sideshow, when they go up for order. Like, I think that gold Batman Beyond Arkham suit is still up. So I don't know. For me, looking at this guy, I'm not angry about getting it. I think whoever wants him is going to have an opportunity to pick him up. And he looks good, right? I'm not going to say he looks bad, but to me, he's just another variant. He's just another Spidey variant, and I'm glad I didn't get into that line because it's a lot, right? Like you said, 3 figures in a row now. You've got 3 different versions with those arms, and it's a big ticket item that starts to add up pretty quickly. You're back.
Yeah, no, this thing keeps kicking me off. Why? I don't understand. What's the fun of it being here? I don't understand. Yeah, it makes no sense. I don't know why he would be even here. We don't talk. We're not friends. He doesn't support me at all. Never has, never did, never will. So I don't understand why he would even be here. That makes no sense. Unbelievable. He doesn't. He's not in. He's not in the
like there's
chat.
some drama there we need to unpack. Tell me how you really feel, Fabs.
No. I just because it's stupid. Why are you here? Why are you here? You know what it is between us. Why are you here? I don't get it. Like, it makes no sense. And this is like, I'm not going to pretend that everything's okay, that everything's cool. I can't be fake to anybody. It's not me. I can't hold this in. I can't just be like, oh, he's here. Cool. We're not friends. We were never friends. We used to speak here and there, and that was it. Again, never supported me once. What are you doing here? What can you?
I support you, Fabs.
No, it's just weird. It's just weird. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird.
This is for you, buddy.
I don't like that shit. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. All of them. Anybody who doesn't speak to me, anybody who's blocked, anybody who's blocked me. Why the fakeness? Why pretend? Why be here? Makes no sense. Like, I can't. I don't understand how people could do that. Why the fakeness? What could he possibly be doing here?
This is for you, buddy. This is from me.
No, it's just weird. I don't like that shit. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. It bothers me because it's weird.
Iron Man.
Faz was the driver.
Dude, don't even. That was a trek. I got that thing, and then it got stuck in between seats when I was trying to get out of the.
No way.
Did you see the size on that thing? That thing is like, it's a huge box.
Well, I keep getting kicked off every 5 seconds, so I don't know what's going on tonight. I restarted my computer before we started, so I don't understand what's happening, and I just keep getting kicked off every 5 minutes, so it looks like the ads just keep kicking me off.
Is that a new thing with YouTube?
What?
Is that a new thing with YouTube or something?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Might be something that you gotta like toggle or something to not.
Let me tell you, I've been doing the same exact thing from day one. I hit the monetized thing on. That's it. I don't touch nothing because I don't know how to touch anything.
Yeah, I've been watching the live stream on one of my screens, and it dumps probably every 10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
So that's pretty odd.
Let me see. Somebody else is. Oh, we got Harvey Dent. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Nice to see ya. Well, let's see. All right, so let's go to you, Nefty. So, did you get the original one from Spider-Man 1? Did you get the second one with the legs? And did you get the black suit Venom? I think you did. I think you got the Peter Parker, because I remember.
Yeah,
Are you excited for this? Is this something that you're like, do we need another one, or do you like the color change?
I love the color change. I'm not getting it. I am collecting this time, but I'm not getting this one because it's too close to the other one. One side of me is frustrated because there's more complicated variants that they can make cooler suits. But I understand that this is a quick money for them, and it goes back to something you said many streams ago, that sometimes when they do these what we're gonna call quick easy money reissue ones, they do a limited, so they're not stuck in stock holding thousands and thousands of these. So this has its place in that it's limited. People that didn't have any version or does have any of the version and wants to continue expanding on this line, they can. And it's a smart move because, yeah, it's easier for them to produce, but they don't make too much of it. Understand? So it's kind of like what you said in the past with when they sometimes you get these exclusives is because they don't want to make too much of it because they don't want to be holding the bag down the line with overproducing this, so they do this exclusive. Then we have the other exclusive that are very unique pieces that everybody wants, and everybody's killing themselves in the queue. So this one will sell out eventually. I don't think it'll be a quick one, but you know, we'll see. Time will tell. Yeah, for anyone in the video game that's collecting this figure, it's a plus for them. I'm not getting it though because it's too close to the other figures that I currently have. I wish it would have been some of the other more complicated variants that they can make of the Spidey.
Right,
figure.
exactly. Yeah, but it's a very simple. Again, I love the color variants. I like the color change. I love black on anything. But it's just again very like too close to what the original one is. Brandon, go ahead.
You know, I really like I love the legs on it. I think they're starting to get overproduced though and overused. I went ahead and I had a client just reach out to me to show me, you know, he bought through the scrapyard, and when it showed up, and it's like great, and he posed it, but he kind of did like a museum pose type of thing with it, and I'm like, bro, pose the shit out of that figure like it's Spider-Man. It's meant to be dynamic. So he poses up. He's like, oh, that's about as comfortable as I feel pushing it. So I feel like if you're not going to take this figure and you're not going to do something wildly dynamic like what's in that picture right there, then you're kind of wasting the time, I think. I mean, if you're not going to pose it with the legs, then okay, you know, I get it. But that figure right there, any of those figures that have those legs, like, you need to get with it, get wild with it. Don't be afraid to break your shit. I mean, yeah, it's expensive, but at the same time,
don't be afraid to break your shit. I'll sell you another one.
Yeah, there you go. No, you know, it's funny because I tear down figs all the time, and I'll tell you, I wrecked the hell out of a Hunter. I was tearing down a Hunter, and that commando chest plate would not come off. And finally, you just get to a point where you're just like, I gotta get this done. And that's how I feel about these types of figures, the Spider-Man stuff. Like Iron Man is big and bulky, and you know, you can get away with slow poses with him, like mid-step or lifting off with his, you know, with the jets under his feet. Anything like that, you can get away. I call those slow poses. But with a Spider-Man figure, you really have to get off the chain with it. And like, yeah, see, every one of those is a great pose, except that slow pose that was a couple frames back. But yeah, I think if you're going to get in on Spider-Man, do it right. I mean, be careful so you don't break your kit, obviously. But at the same time, like, I don't want to hear, yeah, no, I haven't posed this way because I don't want the pleather to break down in 2 years. It's like, bro, just treat your fig. I use 303 wipes on everything pleather that comes my way. And I've got a Vader that's been in a box for a year and a half. And like, I have no fear that I'm going to open him up and he's going to be totally fine. So I think this is the way to go. If you're going to do it right, do it hardcore. Don't put this figure on a stand, just, you know what I mean? Like museum pose, like really get with it.
So next time you try to indirectly disrespect me in my own stream, we're gonna have an issue. We're
okay,
gonna
Mr. Museum Pose.
So
I've seen your collection.
So go back to Rudy. Rudy, 1 to 10. And are you getting this? You're muted, peasant. Unbelievable. Hold on.
Sorry, I clicked
No,
something by
I
accident.
muted. No, I
Good
did.
job,
I muted
Rudy.
you. No. I muted you because you're where you are the place where the sound, that weird sound, is coming from.
Really? I
Yeah,
don't
it was.
hear
It's
anything.
like a weird sound. So I muted Nefty first to see who had it, and then I did you, and it was you. So that's why I muted. But go ahead.
All right. Yeah, none for. I gotta be honest. I think it's a 10 figure. It looks great.
Yep.
But I can't get it. Right. That's the thing. It's just like
Now you
it's
can't
a
get it
beautiful
because
figure.
Do you have the original ones, the first and second? You
No,
don't.
I
Okay.
skipped the video game line, so
So
that's why.
that's why you're right.
That's
So
why,
you
yeah.
don't not that
Got
you
it.
don't like it, but you don't. There's no need for you to get it.
Yeah, but to me, I look at this and to me, I think it's a beautiful looking figure. Like you said, the red and the black is a great color combo.
Yeah,
The
all day
legs,
long.
I think Brandon, you're right. It's definitely becoming overkill. Every figure is bringing them now. So the mechanical
What?
legs. So it's
What? Oh, the
the
legs.
mechanical legs, right? We're just getting them with
Yeah.
almost every release right now.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, it's
Yep.
losing its you
Yeah,
know,
and
when you
thank
saw it the
you.
first time, it was kind
Thank
of like,
you.
wow.
Thank you.
It's losing that wow factor a little
Yep.
bit.
It's like, all right, like we get it, like enough. Yep. Exactly. I mean, and one thing though, I wish that they would have added the symbiote on these rather than just leaving them plain. You know what I mean? Like at least switch it up. We know that the
Right.
clean version Spider-Man came with the clean legs like these, right? The Peter Parker black suit came with the symbiote on the legs. So change it. Why don't you combine them? Give a symbiote on the black suit. That would have been, I think that would have looked a lot better and a lot more new and fresh than this. You know. Anyway, Nefty, 1 to 10, and you get never mind. 1 to 10.
Yeah, I would say it's a 10. Beautiful figure. I'm not getting it because I already have the other versions. But yeah, it's a beautiful figure. I'm hoping I'll get it on the secondary market at a cheaper price down the road. I'm not.
No. You're not. It's 2,500 pieces. This is going to be a Q item. You're going to be able to find this, later on for cheap at least. This is going to be gone. It's going to be expensive as hell, and then you're going to be like, God, I wish I got it.
No, I'm good though. But
well, no, right. If you don't care for it now, it doesn't matter, right? If it's not something that you're like, oh my God, I need it in my collection, it doesn't matter when you get it, if you even get it. One thing I want to ask you guys, because I feel like this is the most useless. I mean, it's a cool accessory, but it's very useless. It's cool to take pictures with, but that's about it. So these wings, okay, to me are really dumb. Okay,
why?
I don't know, man. I think, again, cool to take pictures with, but who has this look in their collection right now?
You have to do that look. Like that's like
no, you don't. No,
yes,
you don't.
You do.
You don't know Spider-Man from flying.
Bro,
okay,
you pose him. Yeah, you don't know him from flying, but you've seen that. You've seen the wingsuit aspect get used before. What was it? Was it in Homecoming when he was leaping off of the Statue of Liberty? You saw it there, I think. There,
the Washington Monument, right? He did the Washington Monument was the big one.
Yeah, but that's
exactly.
Homecoming. That's not video
game.
games.
Here's the thing. It doesn't matter though. Like that's a Spider-Man look right there. And if you go ahead and if you pose him with the dynamic, the bendable post, okay, and you put the clip above him so that way his body is hiding the clip, and you've got this gliding Spider-Man pose, I think that's awesome.
I mean, look, I've used the wings a little bit for just for some pictures, and they're fine. They look good, but yeah, no, it's not the first image that comes to mind when you think Spider-Man.
Sure.
But I do think when you have 10 Spidey figures in different poses, it gives you a bit of variety. So it definitely sets him apart. And I think I'd be more predisposed to pose him with the wings because I have so many other versions of Spidey already posed in dynamic web shooting poses or the like. So it just gives you another option. So I do like that.
And you know what? I'm going to point this out right now. Rudy is a real collector. He's not a museum poser. He's not a poser museo. He's the real deal collector. In fact, we're renaming Rudy the Hot Toys veteran because he's been around for a minute. He ain't saying shit. I'm scared.
Guys, Brandon had to leave.
Oh
Nathan,
man.
how are you, my friend? Welcome. The wings are a suit feature from the. Yes, exactly. I know exactly.
I know
what
that
you're talking
guy.
about. Yep. Oh, him. Yep.
And he is a hardcore Spider-Man fan, right
Oh
there.
yeah, no. I know the wings are old school thing. I know that they were part of his costume in the 60s or 70s, I believe, whatever it was. So I know that. But again, as an accessory on the figure, I think again, it's cool to have it. I can tell you nobody has this displayed like this anywhere because there are way better poses to have on any Spider-Man figure than this. So that's my point. Not that not that it's it's a horrible. I feel like it's so unnecessary. Also 52 in here and only 34 likes. Guys, hit that like button if you haven't yet. Thank you guys for being here as well. And also Gina says hit that like button. Yes, peasants, stop being peasants on my stream. I have one on Spider-Man hanging off 3D Eiffel Tower. Ooh, look at that. That's cool. That's really cool. Let's see.
We lost him again.
Wow, dude.
He's getting booted.
Thanks for joining the stream at Brandalorian's Figures. We're glad you're here. Let's in artist great. Hot Toys
This
crap.
is brutal. This is brutal.
You should find out if YouTube has changed some policy and they send you some email. You the
No, they haven't changed nothing. I don't know if it's this computer. I don't know if it's the Wi-Fi. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Or maybe the ad policy, something changed.
The ad policy.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's annoying as hell. So who else has to go? You, Brandon. 1 to no, did you rate it 1 to 10?
No, I didn't. I'm thinking about that a lot. Like I want to give it a high rating. It's hard for me when, I mean, looking at it as a figure, especially the wingsuit. You know what? It's a 10. It's a 10 only because of the wingsuit. No.
Unbelievable.
You know what? I'll give it the same that I did with Iron Man, the Mark II. We're just solid 8.5. I'm getting, I docked it a full point because I'm getting, just like everybody else said, I'm getting a little tired of seeing the legs on everything, but I mean, great figure. I feel like I saw it with, what was the other VGM release? It was Symbiote with him in the black suit that had the legs as well. And I felt like that was overkill. I'm like, why does this figure have the legs on it? I feel like that should have stayed to, the Infinity War figure, maybe 1 or 2 after that were still, or not Infinity War, Endgame. And maybe 1 or 2, maybe 1 after that if you really had to have the legs and it sold out. But yeah, the legs are overkill here.
So you rated it a 10.
You know what? The Thor gave me a good pointer. He says, pretend the figure is a Jazz Inc figure and order it.
Exactly. Here it is.
Oh man.
From Jazz Inc. Exactly. Thank you, Will. Thank you for that. Thank you for reminding him how much of a peasant he knows it. And everybody knows it.
Listen, I wasn't around, but you had to talk about the Catwoman and all that, right? You did a whole thing.
No, we will talk about it. We will talk about it. So, guys, as we've seen already before on the showcases, here is Savage. So one thing I'm going to point out right off the bat was the first thing I noticed. Shout out to Bob. He shared a screenshot of this picture of this figure. And let me tell you something. The teeth on this thing the teeth are incredible. Okay. The expression on his face is beautiful. He's got 2 versions, clean and battle damage. Battle damage arm is here. The broken, I'm assuming they're magnetic horns, right?
Horn.
You remove these 2 horns, and they're usually, let me show you so this is the clean version here. The 2 horns are full, right? Regular arm, as you can see. You go back 1, they're broken, and he's got a metallic arm. So that's pretty much the whole figure there, guys. It's a massive figure. It's a beautiful looking figure. As you can see, the articulation, there's not much going on because it's most likely a Paz Vizsla body, right? One of these bulky big bodies. So you're not going to get much of anything when it comes to articulation, but look how gorgeous it looks next to Darth Maul.
Yeah. Find the other one, the other Maul picture. Yeah, right there you go. Look at how big that fig is, man. I'm so excited.
Yep. Look at the size. Look how massive. Again, not much articulation at all. Like I tell you guys all the time, these figures, these bulky bodies don't do much. They're just there for the presence, but it looks gorgeous. That yellow looks incredible. Look how vibrant, look how nice that tone of yellow is. You guys know I hate yellow. It looks gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Go look at that. This is beautiful. Again, look, not much articulation at all whatsoever because it's not that type of figure. So now let's go to you, Brandon. Tell us everything how did you feel when you saw the announcement?
Bro, it was 5:15 in the morning when I woke up, and I go to my phone because the first thing I do, I get excited when Shopify sends me order notifications. So I go to my phone, I go through all my notifications and shit. I load up Facebook, and the very first thing I see is Savage Opress at the top of my feed, and I lost my mind. I reached over, I started shaking my wife. Wifey, wake up. Okay, well, I didn't do that because I like life. I like living, so I didn't do that. But no, man, I was so excited for this figure, and there was like nobody that I could jump up and go, this is happening. Everybody calm down. This is happening. So I'm thrilled. I'm absolutely thrilled for the battle damage version, the arm, the damaged horns. I'm so excited. The size on this figure. When the first thing I thought was, okay, he looks good. But as I'm flipping through the photos, I'm thinking, but he was a lot bigger than Maul. You know what I mean? Like, how are they going to pull this off? And then I clicked over to that photo where he was standing shoulder to shoulder with Maul, and he's like a solid 1.5 feet taller, and I lost it. I cannot wait for this figure. That's my story. I'm sticking
Rudy,
to it.
No, Rudy. I was talking to Thule. Rudy, go ahead. We know you're not too hardcore with the Star Wars, but you do pick up some figures. Get out. So how do you like this? Is this exciting for you? Again, another thing, guys, before I continue with Rudy, this is, as you guys have seen lately with Clone Wars announcements, besides Vaughn. The one I remember, Vaughn went pretty quickly, if I'm not mistaken. But besides that, there hasn't really been anything selling out quickly, at least, with Clone Wars. Again, the only one I remember is Vaughn. That went pretty quickly. But besides that, I am in no rush to pre-order this. I think they're going to be available with no problem. For those who pre-order, obviously you guys are big fans. I know Sean ordered 2 already, which is awesome. That's going to look incredible however you display that. Rudy, go ahead.
Next. This is boring.
Oh yeah, dude, you
I'm
can't
kidding.
do that. You talk about disrespectful shit. You got Rudy going out right next.
I was just gonna say,
man.
I was just gonna say, what'd you say, Mike?
I can't believe
I just wanted to get a rise out of Brandon.
Where's the Rudy promo on the website here? Hold on, I'm deleting this promo real quick.
Oh
Okay,
no, but in all seriousness, man, as soon as this came out, we were messaging each other. This thing looks great, even for like you said, someone that's not deep into Star Wars. I've told you my story. For some reason, I've ended with a ton of Sith figures, more than anything else. I don't have any troopers beyond the a couple here and there. My Obi-Wan finally shipped from Kenobi, so. He's coming, but he's going to be the only Jedi I have at this point, surrounded by a bunch of bad guys or a bunch of, dark side of the Force users at this point.
I can fix that, bro. I got an Attack of the Clones Anakin with your name on it right now, new in shipper.
But going back to Savage, right? He look, the size, the scale, that sculpt is amazing. The fact that you can get the horns, that they did that, where you can get the swappable, well, not the swappable horns, but the different look, right? And the mechanical arm is just awesome. I think that's a great look. That's already, I'm envisioning how I'm going to display him because he's definitely coming home. I'm definitely getting this one. I think the expression.
Do you have Darth Maul too or no?
I ordered the new one from Phantom Menace.
But no Clone Wars.
No. And that's what I like about this guy. They made him just real enough. He doesn't look very animated, which I think is a plus. So he's going to fit in great with the other ones. Too. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to getting him because I think he's just going to fit in great with all the other characters I have right now, and he just has presence, right? Like you said, the texture on the, and obviously we expect some downgrading for the final release, but the texture right now, the expression, the look, the scale, the double-sided lightsaber, what's not to like about this guy? I mean,
Yeah.
and this is without me even knowing any of the backstory, right? Other than I think William told us a little bit, filled us in, about him at some point, but no, he's awesome. So I don't need to know where he's from. This is one of those figures that just looks like he's going to fit in well with my Star Wars figures, the ones that I do have. So he's definitely a great release. I was excited to see this one come out.
And we've gotten a couple of Clone Wars figures already from the Clone Wars series. So
yeah, quite a few of them, and that's what's kind of neat. Yeah. That's what's kind of neat is that I gotta say they really would have lost me. They really would have lost me if the Clone Wars figures that dropped were animated style. Like, I think it's great that Sideshow has a line, and I've been collecting. My wife likes the animated style, so I've been collecting those for her. But I'm a live action guy, and the fact that from the time that they dropped, who was the first figure in the Clone Wars line? Was it Anakin? I feel like from the time that they dropped Anakin, and we saw that it was the animated outfit in a live action, adapted to a live action style, I fell in love with that. I thought it was brilliant. And I thought, gosh, I hope they keep doing more and more Clone Wars figures in this style. And they have. Like, not a single one of them has been a disappointment. You have Ahsoka from season 7. You've got this Maul, and that Maul is a masterpiece. I'm not a huge fan of the head sculpt, but I mean, the figure overall is a masterpiece in that they nailed the look. Okay, they went ahead and they gave you a second look where you can take his clothes off and his whole body is painted. I think that's awesome. I love it. It just, that right there. Look at that. That's great. It's absolutely great. I was worried about Palpatine because when they dropped Sidious like this, my first thought in all the promos and all the pictures that they dropped was that he was way too rail thin and that they were going with the animated style. But seeing him here in some of these, I'm thinking, okay, we're going to be good, especially since they dropped Savage and he has the live action look to him as well. So I'm thrilled, man. I cannot wait. Look at that. That's the picture I mean right there. Go back one.
Have you guys noticed how his armor looks like Baylan Skoll's?
It's supposed to. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. The armor that you see there is the way the character was designed. So I would say that that Baylan Skoll was probably influenced by that design. If you were going to say anything in there.
Who's an older character? Who was made up first? Savage or Baylan?
Savage dropped like years and years and years and years ago.
Oh, I got you. Okay, so this is an older figure. Now Nefty, go ahead.
Yeah, no, this is definitely awesome piece. I'm so into it. I'm definitely bringing this home. I've been collecting the Clone Wars. I'm hoping for the trifecta, Asajj Ventress, because and now this is crazy.
So she has to be coming.
Yeah, I currently have the old Dooku. Would they make a Clone Wars Dooku? Because remember, he's the assassin, or he hires him as an assassin after he kills her, or he supposedly tried to kill Asajj Ventress. Because she was his apprentice for Count Dooku. And then when he backstabbed her and tried to have her killed, the Night Sister introduced this guy to Count Dooku. So having Asajj Ventress would be nice to complete the whole trifecta drama. And if they gave us a Count Dooku, but I know they're not making them animated, so I guess
they will. If Dooku appears in the Clone Wars, you better believe he's coming eventually.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Is that I don't think we're gonna get a quote unquote animated style Dooku. I think we're gonna get the same Dooku that we got before. The difference will be his accessories. His accessories will be more Clone Wars themed. But yeah, he's definitely coming. I feel confident.
Dooku will be relevant to this story arc because he first has Asajj Ventress as his apprentice, and then he backstabs her and tries to have her killed, and she fakes her death, and then they plot to get back to Dooku by the Night Sister introducing this guy to Count
Nifty.
Dooku.
Just ruin it for everybody.
Wait, Brandon, question for you. Asajj appears in the Clone Wars?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, she's in the very first episode.
All over.
So she's coming.
All
She's
over.
coming.
Oh yeah, totally.
coming.
And
She's
I
coming
mean,
100%.
Asajj is going to be a great character. I've been sitting on my sideshow Asajj. I updated her a little bit, but
And she
yeah,
has
I've been
many
sitting on
looks.
that figure.
And she has many looks, even in the cartoon. So,
Yeah, she
you know.
sure does. That's one I can see getting kind of a deluxe or a special edition that comes with a couple different like outfit choices. I can see that happening because she doesn't have a lot going on other than, you know, the head sculpt, the 2 lightsabers, and I mean, really, that's it. So I feel like we'll get and she's a loved character. So I think we're gonna get her with a couple of different display options.
Hell, she even came out in the Bad Batch.
Look at these eyes, guys. Look at these eyes.
I know. I was just thinking that. I was just thinking that
Yo,
just a second ago. It's like,
it looks
how
like
often do
he's
you
got-
see force corruption that is
Well-
so well done?
Well, it looks like he's got a sun in his eyes. How sick is that?
Mhm.
Yo, the
Yeah.
Hot Toys has been killing these eyes, right? But
Yes,
this in particular,
the eyes have been all of them. All of them.
all of it.
They've been really good.
Even the open mouth. Sometimes these characters with open mouth are always like, oh,
Yup.
after that.
No,
This expression they nailed 100%. The teeth look real as hell too. Look at that. It looks incredible. This is a masterpiece all day long. And I have a feeling that if this is the only time they make this figure, which I doubt, if there are different variants, you better believe they will make them. They will keep making them because I can guarantee you they're reusing this head sculpt one way or another because it's too good not to. So I think that they will definitely make more. But let me tell you something. This thing looks perfect.
yeah, look at
Perfect.
this is stunning,
Perfect.
man. That's a great sculpt.
I think this is going to be a figure that if, for whatever reason it sells out, you're going to be having people dying to get this figure.
Yep.
Just because of how different it is, how, you know, it's new, it's refreshing, right? How many Darth Mauls have we gotten? People have been dying to get this figure for years already. From the moment, you know, Hot Toys decided to make Darth Maul. So people, you know, obviously fans, I would have never known that back then. But this is a figure that's going to be a hot seller if it isn't, you know, if it didn't start with good sales already, because I know a lot of people have been waiting for this figure. Brandon, 1 to 10.
I don't believe a 10 exists. I don't believe a 10 exists. That said, I'm going to go with a 9.9. I really want to give this one a 10. I feel like it's gonna I feel like it's gonna change a little bit before, you know, something on it may change before the final product comes out because we're a year from release. By the way, I'm taking pre-orders under retail on this one. We're a year from release, so I have a feeling something is going to change. And I'll tell you, the last minute changes that we've got lately, and I'm going to fight you on that Baylan Skoll one, but the last minute changes we've been getting on these Star Wars figures as of late have been phenomenal. We liked the Obi-Wan head sculpt, but we let it pass as kind of, you know, common or not extravagant. It wasn't like a super amazing head sculpt, but we allowed it because we hadn't had an Obi-Wan Kenobi figure in years and years and years. Okay, but then when they dropped the new head sculpt and they said, by the way, new and improved head sculpt, it was phenomenal. It was amazing. So all I can say about this one is, if there's anything that's got you disappointed, be patient, because I've got a feeling that when this figure drops, we're going to see an improvement. We're either going to see more accessories or we're going to see something that makes it better. I don't know what could make it better. Okay, but this is like, oh man, I'm excited about this figure. I love this figure.
Now let's go with you, Rudy. If you had to pick a variant color, obviously we have red and black for Darth Maul. We have a yellow and black for Savage. If you had to pick a color combination for a variant for Savage, what would it be?
I don't think you really could go with. Oh, that's not my question.
Yeah.
Brandon.
Because I mean, is it like, is it that his the tattoos, right? He's yellow and black. It's pretty much that or bust, right?
Is there a possibility that there is a different color variant? Is there?
Black?
No, you had one episode where there were Night Brother variants on the screen, and they were all yellow. I think Darth Maul is even yellow. He just had the red tattooed over the yellow. I think is what that's. I'm not positive.
There was a shirtless version of him, and you see all the black and yellow.
Was there?
Yep.
No. There's no shirt. What of Darth Maul? You mean?
No, of
No, he's saying of Savage.
Oh, Savage. No, I didn't know. The Darth Maul, you could remove his tunic and then he's shirtless, but that was part of the figure, to display him without the shirt. Now question for you guys, Nefty.
Yeah.
Battle damage, regular.
Both for me. This is a piece.
No, which one would you? Which one are you going to display? Which one are you going to display? Because you're not getting two.
I'm buying two.
He's buying.
Oh, you are buying two. Okay. Moody.
Oh my God, Nefty learned right from you, Fab.
Whoa, no. Listen up, guys. You saw the price? That's a fair price. $280.
Yeah.
Yeah, the price is actually pretty good. I thought.
It's going to be a bulky figure that just stands there. That's why it's not, more expensive than that.
No, man, you can't say that. You can't have 300 figures standing like sticks behind you and say, "Oh, he's a bulky figure. You're not going to post."
Did you guys hear something?
This is going to be
it's funny every time, man. I gotta say.
Every time you get disrespectful, you get removed.
Right? I get put in the corner.
Brandon, so battle damage or regular for you?
Bro, I have to say this is really the first time that I'm seriously considering buying two of the same figure.
The price
I really, and I mean, like if I'm getting at you under retail, imagine how that feels. You know what I mean? So I really like just here on the show. I think I decided what I'm gonna do is I'll probably take the one that I leave the standard arm on. I'm gonna send it out because I got a guy who's an amazing painter. I'm going to send it out and I'll have the entire body painted to match, and he'll be shirtless from the waist up, right? He'll be topless from the waist up, have the two normal arms, the body will be painted, okay? And then the other one will have his armor on and the battle damage, the damaged horns and the arm.
Now,
it's great, man. I love this figure. I really, really love this figure.
Rudy, what do you think?
Fabs just froze.
He's
okay, let's talk about it. We probably have about 30 seconds.
Listen, I froze too for a second.
Well,
I removed myself just to copy Brandon. So Rudy, question for you. What do you think of the chances of somebody making a custom out of it and having it repainted like Darth Maul?
I'm sure somebody's gonna do it, man. Come on.
Somebody always does it.
Okay? Somebody always does something that you don't expect. They did
it to the Iron Patriot. Okay, the Endgame Iron Patriot. They made it metallic like the Iron Man, like the Infinity War one, which I thought was incredible. Okay, so somebody's gonna repaint it. I don't know if they're gonna make it look like Darth Maul, but I think somebody's gonna repaint the hell out of this thing. Battle damage or regular for you, Rudy?
I think it's going to be battle damage for me. I like that mechanical arm. I like that.
I do too.
Robotic arm. And I like the fact that he's got the horns that you can replace them that are broken. That's such a unique look. That's such a great look. He's already got the longer horns to begin with, but then he's got those broken ones. It's just, that's such a good look, man.
Yeah. So you could also do full-blown horns with metallic arm.
Right. I mean, you could really come up with your own look, but that battle damage just looks great. I mean, the other one looks good too, right? With the regular arm, but just to have that mechanical arm.
Yeah, the mechanical arm, I think, was better. And you know what? Having this one with the metallic arm next to the solo mole with the metallic legs, sick. Yep. Go ahead, Brandon.
You know what I'm thinking? What I'm thinking is what we're probably gonna see just following, picking up the trail you just put down. We're probably going to see people buying the heads and using the heads for Darth Maul builds, the Spider Maul.
Well,
because that's when his horns were longer and all janky.
His Spider Maul. Because I was going to say,
I could see that happening.
Well, I was going to say, Darth Maul's head is a lot smaller than this guy's head.
Well,
the spider is bigger.
Right, the spider's bigger, so it'll make the head look smaller by default.
Correct.
But here's the thing, too. Okay. The head, yes, you're going to expect Maul's head is smaller just because Savage is so much larger. But the deal with that is that, again, we're talking about animated style versus live action style. So you could almost call it a live action style Maul if you paint him to look like Maul, obviously, and then he has the longer horns for all that and everything. Because in the show, the animated version of Maul was really stuffed up, like he was really thin and wasting away in the face. So you can kind of go with, okay, well, that was the animated interpretation, but then in hand, the live action version, I could see people getting away with that.
So guys,
check your waitlist opportunity. I just got one from Sideshow for Callahan, Dirty Harry, the first variant. I never got.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
we saw him. We saw him at New York Comic Con.
Yeah.
Where we got the figures with Fabs.
Yep.
They had the Callahan there. He's not a bad looking figure.
he looked very good. He looked very good.
I saw Sideshow
And Fabs,
is putting it out again too. So I don't know why I got this email, because if you go to the website, they have them for pre-order.
All right, guys. So
and by the way, Fabs, like I'm still heartbroken that you didn't take the time to get me a Thrawn art print autographed by Tim Zahn. You know how I feel about his books. And you had Thrawn with you.
Do you remember
He
that
was
time?
in your hands
Do you
on
remember
the
that
sidewalk.
Let me just say,
that time? Do you remember that time that I announced that I was going to Comic-Con since last year? And remember that time that I kept announcing it every week before we went? And do you remember that time that you were on about 3 streams before we went? And do you remember that time that you should have just opened your mouth instead of saying it now when it's over, peasant? What were you saying, Nefty?
no, over the weekend when I was up at Rochester, they had a guest panel. It was the girl Echo, who's actually deaf. And she was
Yeah, in real life.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Because in that college they have a school for the deaf, and it's kind of like one of the.
Wait, so what'd you say? You met her?
Yeah. She was at a panel.
Did you get an autograph or no?
What happened?
Did you get an autograph or no?
No. I just met her. It was $25. I wasn't part of that group. What was happening was the auditorium was clearing out for the next. I was there for the comedy show, so she was coming off stage, and I had VIP seating in the front. So she's coming off stage. I'm right on top of her when she came down, and I noticed that prior to me coming into the auditorium, that she was a guest panel. One of those sign off and talk to her, ask her questions about Echo, which was a good show. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Echo.
Beautiful. All right. So now we got the Taiwan showcase, guys. We're going to go over the pictures real quickly. And then before we end the show, we're going to go over the jazzing Catwoman because Peasant Nefty decided to go hang out with his family like a peasant. I don't know who does that while collecting, but he decided to cut everybody off from his life, and he didn't know what was going on. So
wait, before we end too, are you gonna not go over the iconic
Catwoman?
Maestro licenses?
No, we're gonna go over that like at the end, because remember that's just like real like quick stuff. So here is the showcase that I'm talking about. They had it in Taiwan, Taipei, I believe. So here are some of the latest releases and announcements that we've been seeing. So here's the Predator, Samurai Predator. Here's the Artisan Harley Quinn from far away. Here is the Golden Batman Beyond. Here are the 2 Bat Armories, the regular one and the I believe this was the Dark Knight Rises one right here. They look beautiful and right next to each other. And also you got the Batman Return. Well, this is the 89 this is Batman Returns. This is the 89 here. And this is the Batman and Robin from the Batman and Robin movie with George Clooney. So we also have here is Grievous, and I can't even see what. Oh, this is the battle damage Darth Vader.
Darth
and
Vader,
then this is Chewbacca with C-3PO on his back. We have here's more Batman. Here's Neytiri and Jake Sully over here. I think Rudy's the only one who doesn't have these yet. We have Lady Pool, we have Baby Pool, and we have Kid Pool with Head Pool and Dog Pool, and the couch are all sitting on the couch. Really cool scene here. We got the Battle Damage Wolverine. I still haven't pre-ordered this guy. Again, I feel like I'm going to get him cheaper eventually, so I'm in no rush. I am playing the game, guys. Whatever happens, happens. Here's the Mark 80 from Sideshow. This is not the D23 one. Here's the Mark 42, the updated one, the 2.0 that's coming soon. Another beauty die cast. Also, we got the Iron Spider with the artisan hair. Again, I don't know who requested leather on this, but can't give you leather with a Spider-Man. And we got an Amazing Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield. Look at this beauty also with the diorama base, that whole antenna thing on top of the building. We got Doctor Doom, the comic version of Doctor Doom. Another beauty that is up for pre-order now. I pre-ordered this thing already. I pre-ordered like a week after it came out. I wasn't gonna pre-order, just hoping to wait until obviously it was released. But because these comic releases, the CMS releases at least, can be very tricky with their announcements and with their releases, just to play it safe, I said, you know what, let me just pre-order it. Worst case scenario, I'll just let it go and get it cheaper anywhere else, like I have been doing with some pieces. And here is your Hono line. You got the original Wolverine, which everybody should have by now. I still don't have mine. Here is the brown Wolverine, which I still don't have mine. And here is the black suit Spider-Man, which is just out for pre-order. Here's Iron Man back here. And this is the Magneto figure. That's also, they're all out for pre-order, except these two, because this one's gone. This one's already released. And these three in the back are yet to be released. Here are the Batman. So again, George Clooney, Batman and Robin. This is Robin. This is Chris O'Donnell. This is Batman Returns. And this is 89. This is the head sculpt here. So very, very beautiful cape. I love this cape. This is like the sickest cape I think we ever got for any Batman figure.
I think it's pretty neat too.
Yeah, everything's so crappy. Everything's so, so cheaply made. None of them are really nicely draping or anything like that. So I'm glad that, I'm not going to display this thing. Look how big it is, but it's nice to have. And here are the Bat Armories again. So you have the Dark Knight here, the Dark Knight Rises here. I like this one better, so much better. I always did. When Hot Toys teased it the first time years ago, I was like, oh my God, I can't wait for this thing. So it's coming now, thank God. And this, I got two of these. The original Hot Toys one is still in the box. I ended up ordering a third-party one that came already with a pre-installed suit. So I used that one in my display, and I kept the Hot Toys one in the box. Here is the Artisan Harley. Beautiful, beautiful figure. A lot of people are saying that they reuse the same expression as the Suicide Squad Harley. It's not the same. It's a mouth open expression. It's not exactly the same expression. It's just both mouth open. The reason why is because I believe that the original Harley Quinn was such a hit with that expression specifically, and she looked beautiful, that they said, you know what? We already tried different expressions with Harley for Birds of Prey. They didn't really do well at all, right? Those figures, I believe, are still sitting on Sideshow. So that's why I figured they're taking a more safe route with the expression for that figure, because obviously everybody loved that one. Here is the golden Batman Beyond. Real quickly, very yellow. Looks like
this picture compared to the promo shots, this doesn't look as good as the promo shots.
Correct. Well, I can tell you why. It looks like somebody gave him a golden shower. It's too yellow, right? There's a lot of lighting. There's a lot of lighting on it, so that's why it's very bright. So I understand why you're saying that. I see it. It looks very gaudy, right? It looks like it's gold. Like too much gold, a little bit, So again, I know it's only lighting. It's not. I'm not complaining about it. It'll be perfectly fine in hand. And here is the Battle Damage Vader. Like I told you guys, I have a feeling eventually, since they already made these parts, you better believe they already made both legs. You better believe they already made both arms. So back the tank, Darth Vader is a huge possibility. I've been saying that for a while. It was just a matter of time until they made these parts. And if you notice, when they made the Obi-Wan Darth Vader, I never expected them to ever make another one because it was only half a face. So I figured they didn't bother making the head sculpt. Why would they make another one? Well, they made a full head sculpt out of that one. So what does that say? Anytime you see a half a head sculpt, there's a huge possibility that they're making the full head sculpt. And here we are with this one. They gave it a bigger opening on the helmet. Remember, the other one was partly open. This one has a bigger gap on the face. And obviously the full-blown head sculpt as well that we never got before for any Darth Vader. At least the Hayden Darth Vader. Here's the Zombie Death Trooper. Another beauty that came and went. This thing sold out within like an hour, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know how good it looks in hand, but I can't wait because I got 2 of these bad boys. One for me and one for me. And also here is Grievous. Another beauty. That thing is going to be massive. That thing is going to be heavy, right? It's going to be really, really nice. It's going to be sturdy as well, which is one thing that is necessary for these figures. For those who have the Sideshow one, you know what I'm talking about. We need to have a strong base for these figures, especially for this one, since it's diecast. God forbid this thing's flopping over the place, which doesn't really happen with Hot Toys figures, but you never know. Chewbacca with C-3PO with the wool hair, not artisan. The reason why it's not artisan is because there's nothing styled about it. I forget who asked that question. Why is Chewbacca made with wool, but it's not artisan? It's looking like artisan is strictly somebody sitting there styling the actual hair on the head sculpt. It's not just gluing it on and putting it on. No, it has to do with actually styling the hair of the figure. That's when it'll be named artisan. Here is the Samurai Predator, another beauty, another reissue, another remake, another repaint. A couple things might be updated, like the skirt. It looks a little bit more battle damage. The blade we've gotten already with the green goo on it, with the blood. This we already got. Everything we already got except the red mask and the black mask, and then obviously the crest on top, which is the exclusive. Here are some Cos babies. I think Rudy collects these. I don't know how many he's got. And,
he's a real collector, though, Fabs.
We got Mini Mickey, and that's that. And now let's satisfy Peasant Nefty with the drama. Okay, so let's get you first, Rudy, because you and Nefty are the biggest jazzing fans that we have in-house right now. So here we go. So Rudy, first and foremost, we have 60 SKUs for this Catwoman. So we have a basic clean for $315. We have a clean DX for $450. We have a 2-pack for $950 for the peasants. We have ultimate DX for $490, and we have a basic BD for $340. Okay, so we're already talking Hot Toys prices off the bat. Even the most basic one is already priced at a Hot Toys price. Okay, so now, Rudy, if you remember this conversation, I don't remember if you were on stream and we talked about this, or if we ever did talk about this. Tell us your thoughts on this.
Well, you got to remember, right? We can't get this direct from him in the States. So for us, if you go to 1/6 kit or I think Spec Fiction, the price is already higher.
Yeah,
a pretty decent amount.
Spec Fiction, somebody said it was 11 and change. So it was 1100 and change from Spec Fiction. So that is incredible. For, again, this is what I have to say, and that's all I'm going to say. None of this is worth it. This company does not deserve this amount of money per figure. There is no track record for this company regarding figures. You guys are very, very excited for a product that you don't even have a track record for. He doesn't have a track record with any figures, right? You can't, and I'm going to say it again. I don't include the Vulture that he's made, 10 years ago, because it doesn't count, right? It has nothing to do with anything that he's making now. It wasn't licensed.
And we lost him right in the
That's what happens when you talk shit.
You know what it is? It's Yost and In are like bombarding him right now.
Yost
they bought the internet with their super expensive figures just to piss on his connection.
Yost just kicked me off. So that's my thing. There's no track record for any figures made by the company. There is nothing to compare it to. There is nothing that you've seen before that you could say, hey, you've made this before. This was messed up. Can you try to fix this? There's none of that going on. Like I was saying, you guys are very excited for the prototype. The prototypes are always the best. And remember that even with Hot Toys, who is the king, prototypes change, as I just showed you with Baylan, 100%. So can you imagine going from a glorified third party, which is what Jazz Inc. is, right, to a Hot Toys figure, and we lose some with the Hot Toys. We don't know what's going to happen
Right.
with Jazz Inc. at all. There's no like, oh yeah, well, this happened before. And one thing I mentioned when we had this conversation, when it comes to having a track record as a company, right? Nefty, as a loyal customer, 10 out of 10 vehicles with an issue. So the company's track record for Nefty, at least, is 100% horrible. Okay, just for Nefty. So how lucky is Nefty? Okay, obviously Nefty has that problem because he buys and buys and buys. Not everybody that is up Jazz Inc.'s ass buys everything he makes. That's the difference. That's why you'll see some complaints because that person just happened to buy that product. But Nefty has bought all 10 and he's had issues with all of them. So what can you possibly expect from a company that their track record with their vehicles are 10 out of 10 garbage? Go ahead, Rudy.
The things you like are garbage. Tell us why you like them.
No, look, I got to be honest. I told you I'd wait until the prototypes and the prototypes look decent. And I'm not going to knock him and say that the prototypes don't look good because they look good. There are some things that I saw that I'm like,
they look too good. That's the problem.
Well, like the stitch work, I think you guys were talking about that too on Saturday. It looks like it's taped on and everything.
Here you go. Here you go.
Right. But the
Nefty, you watching before you place your order for 15 pieces?
15 pieces.
No, but he priced me out. He priced me out, especially for a first product. It's the same reason why I got priced out of InArt for a while. It's look, like you said, he's got no track record. Vehicles are one thing, and we've seen his track record with vehicles. Figures are another. So I haven't seen his first figure in hand. And look, if that means I miss out on his first figure, so be it. But I'm not gonna spend that much money when we're already spending a ton of money on other things, you know, even with proven track records. And like we're gonna talk about, like Iconic is coming out with their own high-end line, and they're already expensive figures to begin with, right? Hot Toys is coming out with the artists and stuff. InArt is still around, and you know, again, whether you like the practices or not, everything is expensive. So Jazz Inc, no, he way overpriced, and even the basic ones, you get, what do you get? Some extra hands. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Thule says Suki Suki.
I mean, for 315 or 340, right? And then some when you order from Spec Fiction. I just, no, it's too much money for what you're getting. You know, I don't know that the value's there.
Now, question for you: if you had to pick one out of these beautiful packages, what would you feel comfortable with? Again, from what you know of the company, your experiences with the company. Because remember, we try to help people out. We try to help you, maybe somebody who is on the fence of buying this Catwoman. They don't know. What would you tell them from your experiences of being a customer of Jazz Inc?
Look, it's a lot of money. The shipping is a lot, right? I think I would be, if I were going to buy one, it would probably be either the basic clean or the basic battle damaged, because even though it's expensive, I'm going to have less skin in the game.
Gotcha.
Right. And then if the figure turns out great, I'm going to be happy. If it turns out poorly, imagine if you get the clean DX or one of those with 3 extra head sculpts that aren't the best, you're going to be pretty pissed off. So for me, trying to wait in to see how it's going to be, if I really wanted Catwoman, which I do, but if I really wanted that figure, I would go entry level for myself, because I don't know how everything else is going to turn out. And sure, it's a gamble that I'm taking the gamble the other direction, because it might be that the 2-pack ends up being the best thing ever. He ends up knocking it out of the park. It's the best diorama base. The figure's amazing. All the various head sculpts look as impressive as what we've seen in the prototypes. But you know what? I'd rather end up missing out on that than ending up with an $1,100 package where I'm going to be pissed off because a lot of things go wrong. Yeah. So if I had to pick right now, and I'm not ordering any,
that's you playing it super safe. That's you playing it super safe. Right.
Yeah. Especially because in the market we're living with, this isn't the only high-end figure that's coming. And high-end how, right? He's launching it, right? We've got other high-end established companies that are coming out now, right? And look, I just paid my first InArt invoice from 1/6 Kit, which is kind of painful, So I've got a lot of other. There are a lot of other companies out there. So Jazz Inc. right now, with their unproven record in 6 scale, I'm not ready to just throw in that much cash into the pot.
Yep. And that was a perfect spot to transition to the Maestro line by Costic Plastic. So as you can see, it looks like every company wants to be high end all of a sudden. Every company wants to be involved in the conversation. Every company wants to start using rooted hair, leather. They're trying to, everybody's trying to have their own top of the line um line, right? They're
Right.
trying to have their best, their a best product, right? So I don't know who was demanding this from Caustic. I don't know why they felt they needed to do this. They're already very expensive for what they are. Yes, they're licensed, but they're very expensive for the quality of figures that they are. Again, they're very cool figures, very different types of licenses that they get. For example, the ones I've seen so far, newer announcements are the Chuck Norris and the what was the other one? The Fonz, right? So those two figures, I think Joker J has the Fonz, if I'm not mistaken. So I saw those, and he mentioned on Saturday what those figures look like, and I saw that in pictures, that they add some clear coat shine to the head sculpts, which make them look very, very cheap, and
Yep.
it kills the entire figure because it doesn't look realistic. It looks like a finished toy that was too finished, right?
Yeah,
So
they do the Stallone shop figures that we've gotten, and that
that's how they look like that.
and that Cobra figure, the sculpt ends up looking very cheap because they finish it up like that. So
Yep.
there's definitely a sheen to it that makes it look, we're all about realism with the figures, right? That's the whole point. Real, real, real. And it just takes you out of it a little bit. But like you said, they have, when it comes to Caustic, they have some very interesting lines. And they announced the first 3 licenses that are going to be part of this Maestro line, which is pretty impressive. I mean, they're doing Conan the Barbarian with Arnold. Right. They're doing the Crow, which that one I'm a little like, everybody's done, like Hot Toys has done them, Sideshow's done them. So we've gotten some Crows, but Conan's pretty exciting. And then they're doing
Labyrinth. I think that Labyrinth line could be interesting because David Bowie looked crazy with that in that figure. And it was mostly about his hair and the outfit, if you pay attention. So if anything, they do that properly, that figure could be a hit.
Well, the Conan, right? Like with what they're describing here, the silicone grade body, right? Conan. I'm hoping for a war paint version from the end of Conan the Barbarian, right? And when they talk about luxury diorama, I have that Sideshow statue, the premium format that came out like 15 years ago, where it's Conan coming down the steps in the Dulce Doom Temple. I'm hoping you get something like that in 6 scale. I'm gonna be over the moon with that. That's what I like about right now. Like you said, I've got issues with the sculpt. They're not the best quality and they're expensive because I ordered that Chuck Norris, that missing in action figure, and it's not cheap, right? So, and they've got the Bloodsport Jean-Claude Van Damme coming out, so I'm definitely gonna get him. Right. So it's the licenses that they're getting, and this is that conversation we've had a while ago too, which is when you've got companies like Caustic getting licenses that nobody else is touching, that's pretty interesting and engaging, right? And that's the part of InArt that I'm liking now, when they're jumping into some of the licenses that other companies aren't doing. Like when they do another Batman figure that Hot Toys has already done, it's like, all right, here we go again. But when they do Lord of the Rings, right? I know Joker J loves that line, right? And they look great. When they do the Harry Potter line, when they're doing these things that nobody else is touching, it's like, okay, that's cool. You're establishing your own little market. And that's what I like about Caustic right now too. They're doing things nobody else is doing at this point. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, so here you go. So you got Conan the Barbarian. So do you really believe, or I mean, not believe, do you hope that they do more than one version, which they should?
They should. I'm hoping they do a war paint like that. That's the like iconic look from that first movie, I think. Right?
How come you never customize one when you know people have been making them for years? You could go on eBay, get a head sculpt, and buy a Fison and make you know what I mean? Like I've seen them. You know,
I've seen them customized. Some people do some amazing work, and then you had some third parties do. But nobody's done that war paint version, right? And for me, that's the look, and it's like, look. Can I buy the body and then can I buy a head sculpt and put something together? Yeah, but do I trust myself with some kind of a paint, thing to get that war paint look? I don't know that I'd be able to pull that off. And I think that's why I haven't tried to do it myself. So that's why it's exciting for me to get somebody that might actually do something. And again, right, we always look at things by price point. And if this is going to be their high-end line, there's going to be a big set of expectations that come along with that.
Right.
So I'm hoping, look, and this is when we're talking about, like, you look at Jazz Inc. with their Catwoman, their $1,100 Catwoman or their $450 Catwoman. It's like, do I want to jump into that, or do I want to save my money for potentially this Conan the Barbarian? Because like you said at the beginning, budget is very real, especially with everything being so expensive at this point. Because if this is their high-end Maestro line, it's going to be more expensive than that. It's going to be in line with InArt, J&D, Artisan, right? That's what we're looking at. So these are not going to be cheap figures. So you kind of have to pick. Like, I wish I could get everything, but it's just not possible.
Nefty, are you big on Conan? Do you like Conan? Is this interesting for you?
I'm interested in the Conan. It'll fall into my movie category. I mean, I got to see how it looks, which version of Conan.
But are you open? Are you open to the line? You don't own anything Costic, right?
No, nothing at all. But I would definitely be open. No.
Brandon, what about you? Conan excited to you?
Yeah, Conan is really exciting to me. I mean, I don't have. I'm just a peasant, but I don't have the space yet. But there's going to come a day, and I mean, if I miss out now, I miss out. I'll do them custom if I have to. But there's just I even watched the movies pretty recently too. Within like the last 9 months or a year, I watched the movies again, and there's just, I don't know, there's something just awesome about Conan the Barbarian. You know what I mean? He's heavy.
That first movie is like, I still watch that, and it still holds up. The second one,
it does.
Who do you?
The second one's a little bit campy, but what I think what made the first one so special is that he didn't really talk at all. I think he had like 7 words over 2 lines. You know what I mean? So it's like,
right.
And that was one thing I really appreciated, because, I being in the entertainment industry, I have this conversation a lot. And cinema is a special kind of beast. Like, to really have a good film, you need things to look at. You need presence. You need to feel emotion without somebody telling you what you're supposed to be feeling in the moment. And I really feel like Conan the Barbarian really nailed that, because there's not a lot of speaking in it. I think, there's more grunting and, that sort of, sword thrusting and clanging and bows firing than there is dialogue in the entire film.
The one person they got that does speak a lot was James Earl Jones, right?
Yeah.
Still
Mm-hmm.
who was an amazing actor, right? So
yeah,
they got the person that could carry that role to play kind of a crazy villain, right? That turns into a snake. And then the other thing that makes that movie, without a doubt, obviously the action, but the score, because that's what I
was building up to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like the soundtrack? You like the soundtrack too,
dude?
Of course, you love the soundtrack.
I don't remember.
I'm gonna pull the soundtrack off of Apple Music right now. If I play that thing over the speakers in my house, I'm drawing a sword and fucking going after people, bro. Like, I would champion. I'll go down the street and I will pick out everybody that I don't like or get along with, and it's gonna be this. It's gonna be this all night long, bro.
I hope you know the FBI is listening to you make threats on live. So
fuck the FBI.
Nice, real nice, real classy. Yeah, FBI.
I almost made it a whole show.
This peasant is in California, by the way. Go find him there. So also, how exciting is the crow for you guys? So Hot Toys made the best crow so far. very, very old figure now, right? It needs an update, at least from Hot Toys. I don't care about this figure coming from anywhere else. Sideshow made it complete garbage compared to the Hot Toys one. Some people did like it. It's a very, very decent figure, nowhere near as good as the Hot Toys, but it's okay. I'm gonna go with you, Nefty. Nefty, how exciting is The Crow for you in general? Meaning,
yeah, I love the movie. I grew up watching the movie. I don't have the Hot Toys because I wasn't around for that one. I do have the Sideshow mini, and I would welcome another version from this company. And so I'm open to see what they produce. You know, when it's out, I'm going to give it its fair look, and if it's nice, I'll pick it up and add it to the collection.
Bob says they definitely win for a certain age group with these IPs, huh? Yep.
I was just thinking that. That's a great observation.
All three movies. I remember that, man. As a young
and not only that, right? Look again. Even though it's not part of this Maestro line, the Bloodsport, the Missing in Action, Chuck Norris. I mean, they're going for our age group, the people that grew up watching those movies.
Generation X.
More importantly, we're the guys that can afford to drop $400 on the toy.
Right.
That's just so. I mean, it's smart marketing, no matter which way you look at it.
Attached to this name here, so they're not at the Jazz Inc level. They gotta step it up.
So, Rudy,
listen, let me speak about the Catwoman, but let me just tell you real quick. The double pack. Oh, first of all, no one do what I do with this Jazz Inc. because this is.
We've been telling everybody, and you keep doing it. What do you mean? Don't do what I'm doing?
As I said before, we have a responsibility to the community. So
you don't clearly.
No. Don't do what I do is what I'm. Listen, it's a gamble.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Yep, literally.
I'm going with the double pack, which in my world, the double pack from 1/6 kit is $1,159, right? What does that translate to me? As $96 a month for 12 months. That's what I'm doing. So I'm not now. You tell me that I got to drop $1,159 one shot, but $96 a month. That's within my budget. Now, definitely a gamble. Do not follow me because I am gonna be. I'm a year from now. It's good or it's bad.
You know what I'm hearing right now? All I can hear right now is he only did it because I made him do it, and he's gonna love me more next time. That's all I'm hearing, bro. I can't help it, man. I love you, nephew, but all I hear is that right now.
He's a battered wife. That's what he is. Okay.
I say it because I wouldn't want anyone to think that go do it. No. I will follow me. But welcome again. If I were to ask you, is $96 a month that bad? It's not $1,500 one shot. It's not $300 a shot. It's not two. Everything that I've got from Jazz Inc. is like that. All these big prices. No. I get payment plans, and it's slow payments. They don't hurt because I obviously budget myself. So it's not like a HasLab. HasLab says, hello, 500 right now. Right now, there's no NRDs. Right now, you got to drop it. Or the Starship Enterprise, $599 right now. This is 96, 110. And I pay it slowly. It doesn't. You blink, it's done. You understand? But do not follow because you're right, Fab. We have an obligation. We don't know, and I will know one way or another a year from now. So we don't know. Now, what are the other things that are being attached to this? He already talked to Danny DeVito. He's coming up with his Penguin. Now, Hot Toys tomorrow turns around with the Catwoman and the Penguin. Gonna give him a shot too, because Hot Toys is king. Absolutely.
Wait,
so,
question, Nefty. Did you say we have an obligation to the community? We sound like a lot of people.
I heard it too.
Let me tell you something. We.
Yeah. Hello?
Did we
are the only one?
Okay. How dare you?
Like I said, if you would tell me that I got to drop 1,150 in one shot, that would be tough right there.
No, but even so, even if you had the option, which obviously everybody does, to do the payment plan, it is not worth any of that garbage.
Let me ask you this then. So let's break it down even simpler. What would you say a figure with three headpiece costs? Now, where's the money? Is the money in the headpiece or in the figure? I know
The money is going to his pocket. That's where the money is. Okay,
No.
None of these figures are going to be worth any of that.
If you would think of a figure that you love and it came with three headpiece, what value would you put on that?
Let me tell you something. This is another thing. And I'm glad you brought this up because shout out to Punisher XX. He was, we were going back and forth last stream on Saturday. He seems to not have a problem with the Catwoman, which it's his money. He could do whatever he wants now. The thing is this: every time Hot Toys decided to come out with a product that came with multiple, whether it was multiple helmets, multiple heads, whatever the case may be, a lot of the community would come out and say, I don't.
Well, I just want to say welcome to the Hot Toys veteran, where we joke about the FBI and domestic violence.
Killing me. So they would come out saying, oh, I don't need all this stuff. Why do Hot Toys give me all this stuff? This is all, extra. Everything's just going to stay in the box. This is a very common sentiment in the community when Hot Toys gives us a whole bunch of stuff. People complain about the amount of stuff that they've given us sometimes because it's redundant, right? We don't need 6 heads in a figure. We don't need 3 heads in a figure. Yes, it's cool if it's priced properly, but we are getting charged all this money for a product that we don't know what it's going to look like, because right now all you're seeing is prototype and prototype only from, again, no track record of anything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very exciting. It's very cool. Yes, the prototype looks great. Yes, everything looks perfect. It doesn't mean it'll be like that because you don't know what to go by. There's nothing. There's no product to show you. This is what we could do. Go ahead.
So what is a figure with 3 heads called? With general price? And I ask it as a figure that you would love. Think of whatever figure. What would be the general price? Because there's no sneaky trap to my question. I'm just
no. But so the price, so that price would be perfect for a Hot Toys figure. Why? Hot Toys has a track record.
Yeah.
Hot Toys has experience. Hot Toys has been around for pretty much maybe longer than Jazz Inc. But Jazz Inc. has been around also for a very long time. The difference is Jazz Inc. doesn't make figures. That's the difference. So Hot Toys can charge me whatever the hell they want because they got the experience, the knowledge, the track record. So Jazz Inc. can't come in and charge me $1,100 for something that I don't know how it's going to turn out, because especially with the vehicle track record.
So if
there's an excuse.
So if these figures were at the price that they are now, were Hot Toys, you would say it's fair.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
my thing, and again, I will always say this: Jazz Inc. is a glorified third party at this moment. You could say, well, they got a license. Clearly, license means nothing because vehicles are still coming out messed up, licensed. So what's the point of a license? If you're not going to care about the product anyway, why do you need a license? Might as well just stay a third-party company and keep doing your bootleg Star Wars figures vehicle. That's it.
If you don't mind, I'm going to call Joe's on your behalf so you can give us a discount code so you can give it to the members of this channel.
Yeah. Tell him to make my discount code these nuts. So guys.
Oh man.
So also, Rudy, did you go on The Crow yet or no?
No. Listen, I like the movie too. I'd have to see it. And again, it's going to be price point, right? You've got 3 lines right there. Obviously, Conan the Barbarian with Arnold goes to the top. I'd like to see what they're going to do with this to make it so premium. I'm curious. I'm definitely interested.
Have they put in a number? Have they posted a number, ballpark figure on these?
No.
No. Okay.
No number yet. But you got to expect again, right? The missing in action was what, 340 or 350 for the one on Sideshow, and that's a standard figure, right? So you've got to imagine they're going to be in the 500 range. They're going to be in our prices. They're going to be in our easy, I think, if not a little bit more.
Lincoln, welcome. Nice to see you. Welcome, my friend. Also, Brandon, your turn. The Crow, exciting, not exciting? Do you care for the one? Do you have the Hot Toys one? Do you collect?
I was more into. Do I collect? I was more into. Believe it or not, I was kind of more interested in the Crow. Not, I shouldn't say interested, but I was more involved with Brandon Lee's death. Like that took away anything from watching the Crow movie for me. Like when he died, that was kind of a big deal. And I was a youngster too. It was the first time I'd seen anything like that. Like you see your heroes on TV and then all of a sudden, one of them gets pew-pewed to death. So I didn't really get into the movie the same way. That kind of like that shied me away from the movie, that whole situation. So I can't say, I can appreciate how much everybody else loves the Crow. I can appreciate the figure. I think it's a great figure. It's just it's not my speed. One of these days I'll get to actually sitting down and watching the Crow. But even now, gosh, what is it? 30 years later, 31, 32 years later, right. I still can't really think about the Crow without seeing this huge potential talent, this huge persona, this dynasty, this legacy just being crushed way too soon. I don't know if it's something I'll ever get over, but that's just kind of how I feel about it. I think that remaking the movie, they just dropped a remake that tanked, right? I thought remaking that movie was terribly disrespectful.
Yeah, I think it had Bill Skarsgård or something like that.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Yeah, and I love Bill Skarsgård. For the record, I think he's amazing. In he scared the absolute shit out of me.
It wasn't his fault. It wasn't the acting that sucked. The whole storyline was horrible. It wasn't his fault.
Right. And here's the thing, like the Crow, again, I've never seen it, but from what I know about it and from what I understand, that was a very gritty film in a very gritty time in society and culture. I don't think it's the type of movie that could be remade now and it would do any kind of justice to where the story came from, do any kind of justice to anybody's performance. That's one of those cult classics that just has to be left alone. Don't touch it. It's already just fine. There's enough drama and enough history behind it. We don't have to remake something like that. You know what I mean? It's not like oh, we get better special effects because the explosions are louder or the colors are deeper or whatever. Yeah. We shouldn't have gone that route altogether.
Blinken says this will be the first rooted Crow figure. Correct? Yes. Sideshow made it, not rooted. Hot Toys made it, not rooted. So this will most likely be the first one. We have Edgar Arriaga. Welcome, my friend. Happy Tuesday. What do y'all think about Uman Studios 1/6 Wukong? It's on 1/6 kit. I don't even know what that is.
Does anybody know what that is either? Let me look.
Me neither.
Yeah, no idea. We're about to check for you, my friend. Also, last but not least, we have Labyrinth. I'm going to tell you this, guys. I saw the movie one time. Don't ask me why I even was asked to see it. I was so happy I saw it. It was a movie that on my own I would have never chosen to go see it. And let me tell you something. I'm glad I saw it. It's a great movie. You could see it multiple times and it never gets boring. It's a very, very, very fun movie to watch. The storyline is very good. David Bowie was incredible in the movie. So is this something appealing to me? Not at all. Even though I love the movie, I saw the movie one time and it was a great movie. The reason why it's not appealing to me is because it's not something that is, constantly in my face, right? Reminding me, oh, this is great. This is going to be good. So that's why I don't care for it. If the figure comes out looking very good, I'll think about it. But again, just from what I've seen from Costic Plastic with how they finish off their products, I don't like it. And I haven't spent a cent on it because I don't like it. And if I don't like it, I'm not going to buy something that I don't like. And I'm glad that they show you, 100% what these figures look like, because they could easily, modify them and touch them up to make them look better than they actually do in hand and, trick a lot of people. And then when you get them, you're like, what the hell is this? But they don't do that, thank God. So I know exactly what I'm getting just from their promo pictures. Yep. So I'm glad that they're very transparent in that respect. So we have to wait and see where they even go with this line. If the figures are worth it, then as you can see, we're gonna have another contender in the 1/6 scale game. I doubt that Costic Plastic is going to come in and cause some type of damage like Inart did, regarding price point, because all they're trying to do is make more money, right? So if you go back to what they mentioned that is changing, so as you can see, handmade production, rooted hair, separate rolling eyes, genuine leather outfits, medical grade silicone body, magnetic stand, luxury diorama, and luxury box art. So, question for you, Rudy, first. Out of all of these points, remember that these points are what they're trying to let us know that are going to be the new updates and the new upgrades for the new product, Maestro. Now, what, if any, of these 8 bullets, right? You got 4 here, 4 here. To you, as a collector, as a big-time collector that gets a lot of stuff, what are your most important bullets from these 8, if any? And what is it that is most important to you and the least important to you?
So I think the rooted hair off the bat, because that seems to be the trend right now with everything, right? Artisan,
So that's
Inart,
important to you.
J&D.
That's important,
So
right?
well, yeah, at the price point, that's part of the appeal for this higher price point of figures. The other 2 bullet points that kind of stand out are, for me as a big diorama person, this luxury diorama thing that they're advertising there. Because to me, that's always an extra, and I know it takes up a lot of space, but that's why I've gotten the deluxe Hot Toys figures, right? Like the Spider-Man No Way Home ones with those massive dioramas. There's just something added to that. So I'm very curious what those dioramas are going to be, right? Because to me, that screams more than just like a simple base that has some detailing on it, right? You're expecting some kind of environmental piece there. So I'm very curious what that means. And the other one, especially when you look at the figures they've announced, that Conan again, which is very appealing because it's the Arnold version, it's that medical grade silicone body, because that's what J&D was kind of teasing with theirs. And granted, theirs went a little way too high, so hopefully we're not talking that price point on the figures, right?
What, $2,000 is too much for you, peasant?
Right. Right. Hopefully that we're not talking that price point, but I'm very curious to see how that works out, because we've seen Hot Toys doing some of the silicone arms as well, right, on their seamless bodies now. So I think those 3 are the biggest points for me. I want to see what their version of the rooted hair looks like, especially because that's what all these high-end market points are talking about, the newly developed medical grade body, and then honestly, it's that luxury diorama. That's a big seller for me. The diorama piece is going to be key.
See, so the reason I'm asking you guys this, and I'm going to go to you, Nefty, and then you, Brandon, is because, like, for example, the Inart Jokers gave me a different unboxing experience, right? The box was shaped differently than a Hot Toys. It was a long box. It was a thick box, right? It was a layered box, so it had actual real foam in it, right? And then it just felt fancy. It felt different. It didn't feel like your standard Hot Toys. And remember that pretty much all your Hot Toys, your MMSs, and some of your CMSs and some of your TMSs are pretty much the same standard box. Your DXs are the only ones that are, different. And obviously now that Loki that came numbered, it was a different style of box. It looked like it was, supposed to be leather, but it wasn't. So depending on the style of product that they're going to give us, obviously they change the boxing. So as you can see here, it says luxury box heart. So now I'm bringing this up because looking at the Inart Superman, to me, that was complete garbage when it came to the box, right? The foam inside was third-party foam. It wasn't, actual foam. It was that cheap stuff that they got. Is it necessary for them to focus on the luxury box art? It depends on the product. So if it's something basic, I don't think it's going to matter. Like, for example, a third-party company. Do you really think they focus on that? Absolutely not. If you pay attention to a lot of their box art, it's very basic. It's very vague, right? They don't even show you the picture of the figure there because obviously they don't want to rat themselves out and get in trouble. So it's usually just some standard weird, some weird picture with the name and blah, blah, blah. That's it. Now, obviously, this is licensed, so they could go all out, right? They could show you anything they want and make it really fancy and stuff. Why is this important? Believe it or not, the experience that you get unboxing a figure will change how you feel about the figure overall. And it depends on the figure as well. If it's a figure that you're a big fan of and you have a crappy box experience, or a crappy unboxing experience, I don't think it's going to matter because you already have an attachment to the figure. If it's a figure that you're like, oh, I want to try this product, and you don't know anything about the product, you don't know anything about the figure, but you're opening an amazing box and you're having a great experience unboxing this product that you don't know anything about, that'll 100% sway you into the fact that this is a great figure. Just from the packaging, it just makes you feel like you got value. Again, forget the figure for a second. We're talking about the packaging alone. Packaging is very important. That's why with the inner Superman, I thought that was very disrespectful, because how are you going to charge $3+ for the best Superman in the world and shove it in not only a plastic bag that looked cheap as hell, but the third-party foam as well? So that to me is disrespectful. That to me is a slap in the face. That to me shows that they don't really care about their presentation with their Hot Toys killer products. That's why I feel the way I feel specifically with that Superman. So, Nefty, is luxury box art important for you when you unboxing your figure?
Absolutely. I experienced that with the and so many people I saw in social media as well experienced the same thing with the in-art Joker. with the
Why?
What happened?
Killing me, Fab. Sorry.
Oh,
go ahead, bud.
But one thing with in-art, they did emphasize, and correct me if I'm wrong, that they were going to have various tiers of figures, right? So Superman, I think, didn't fall into that top tier figures for them. Hence the packaging. Am I correct? Because I remember that NR had mentioned that there were going to be certain figures that are going to be higher tiers than others. Hence the experience and the packaging. But that doesn't excuse anyway.
Well, so if that's the case, I didn't know that. But yeah, people, I don't know if you weren't around these past 2 weeks, but there were people defending the third-party packaging, the third-party foam, saying that the reason why they used this was because the figure was supposed to be coming wet from over there. I guess they bathed the figures before they ship them out. So to avoid any moisture in the figure, that was the excuse given to why it was justified for them to use third-party packaging.
But getting back to this, you're right. The box art, the luxury, the opening of it is part of the experience, especially when you're dropping good money, and I'm suspecting you're dropping good money on a figure that you want. So when you get it home, you want the whole experience of unboxing it. But yeah, that's important. The silicone body to me is important because I know that they're always trying to innovate, and there are inherent issues with silicone body. So you're hoping that this is a step up in that realm of the silicone body. And then the final thing is rooted hair, because kind of like what Rudy said is the thing. It's what's in now, yeah. and that in itself can make or break a figure if you do it the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But in summary, the box art experience is an important thing. But you know what, Fabs, I'll double check that for you offline later on. But I remember that in our, and look, I'm not defending it.
No. I again, if they said it, they said it. But what I'm saying is, to me, again, this is about me and me only. Whoever feels, whoever loves the company, God bless.
And I remember one of the issue was that people were asking at the time, what are the tier levels? How are they going to be denoted? Like in the old Hot Toys, you would say DX or this and that. So I don't think that was ever answered. You just, I guess, based on you saw the price of the 380. Okay, I guess that's the lower tier, and 500, 600. I guess that's the upper tier. But I don't think they named it or anything like that, because that was a question that was being asked at the time.
Well,
something, Lefty, just really quick, going back into this packaging thing, because I think Fabs, you're completely right. Like the unpackaging experience, even if you're not a fan of the boxes, like I end up throwing out some boxes, right? And once I get the Magic cases in, a lot of these are gonna they're just gonna be gone, right? But there's still something like DID. I collect all these other companies, right? DID gives you trade like foam and the nice foam. So like, and they even have a nice little, kind of strap that lets you just take everything out. So so even though it's not the most expensive figure, and there's something nice with the unboxing experience. Damn Toys does it too, right? Damn Toys, even with some lines, you open up, it's that magnetic closure box, with the nice foam inserts, and you remove the inserts a little bit too. You're not paying $500 for those figures, but you still get a nice experience. So it definitely adds to it. And I think when you do something like what Costic is doing here, where they're specifically calling out your attention to the packaging, they're setting themselves up now, because it's like you're in your mind now expecting a certain unboxing experience.
Right.
And if it doesn't pan out, you're like, well, even if I'm going to throw out the box, and even if it's not the end all be all, you've just made a big point that that's going to be part of this experience.
Correct. And it's going to be a shame dumping these boxes for people who get rid of the boxes. It's like you just put money and time into making these boxes that much better, that much more appealing for the whole experience, for the figure, and now people are like, garbage.
Fab, you own the Rogue One figure, the blind guy with
Sure.
Yeah. You seen that box that it comes with? Do you remember that box that it came with?
Yeah.
That thing is a work of art.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, it's a beautiful box. It was slightly different than every other box.
It had that string opening. I still have that. It's amazing.
Yep. And now, Brandon, last but not least, out of these 8 bullet points, which ones do you think are the most important for you as a collector? When you get a figure, when you order a figure, when you see a figure that you're about to pre-order?
We know me well enough by now to know that I'm absolutely a box sniffer. I get that box open. Oh, I got to get a whiff of that Hong Kong air. So, the packaging is kind of important to me. I know we spent a couple minutes on that already, but the packaging is kind of important to me. What I will say that stands out the most, though, and I love a good dio piece, a dio stand. Like, it doesn't have to be elaborate, doesn't have to be wild and crazy. Just a good base. Like a good example is like the Boba Fett rock bases. The ones that are like on mossy rocks and stuff. I'm good with something like that. But what really stands out to me is the silicone bodies. And I know Rudy tapped on that quite a bit, but one thing that I missed it, but one thing I think he left out is that those silicone bodies tend to have stainless steel skeletons on the inside, which means way more points of articulation, way better posing, because you're not limited by the fat suit and the bulkiness of a plastic body. And then that combined with when you heft it, when you grab that figure and you pick it up and you hold it, it feels heavy. Okay, that was. I promise that wasn't intentional. Oh, we were laughing about the box smelling like feet. We weren't laughing about this, but anyway.
Oh man.
But yeah, I'm all about that silicone body, because you're gonna get a better skeleton, and it feels like it's so much more valuable. Like I've got a Darth Nihilus on my shelf, a custom Darth Nihilus that I had done 2 years ago, and it's hands down, it's my favorite fig out of the collection. I mean, there are a lot of figs that run a very close second. Like Moff DeLorean, the new Moff Gideon, I thought was fantastic, and that's high on my list. Imperial Guards, the Praetorians, are amazing. Those are super high on my list. But Nihilus stands out because I put a big Fison body on him. So like he stands there posed, and I can do anything I want with him, but he's been standing there unmoved, like a rock, like a pillar, for a year now. I mean, I can go in there, I can bump into the cabinet, I can throw a rock. I'm not going to knock him down. He's heavy and he's solid, and he feels like he's worth a lot more than I put into him. So out of those bullet point lists, I'm definitely going with the body. The body bullet point sticks out to me quite a bit.
The body. That's your main one? That's like the most important one for you?
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
Pick a second top.
Let's see. If second, I'd probably go with Dio, but make it bigger. Let me look through this again. Leaning, if I had to pick a second, it would probably be the diorama, though.
You can't make that bigger, Brandon.
Well, if you play with it a little, you might find the setting to adjust that. But no, it's a dio stand. A dio stand can add so much depth and shelf presence to a character. Like the one that sticks out to me the most in this conversation is the '89 Batman. The '89 Batman is a great figure just on its own, just standing there. But when you have that dio piece behind it, the gargoyle, especially the gargoyle, the end scene from Batman when he goes ahead and he hangs Joker off of it, and all that. I mean, it doesn't take a lot to really add so much to your figure. So if I had to pick a second point, it would definitely be the what do they call it? The elaborate diorama or whatever whatever word they dress up with.
luxury diorama.
The luxury diorama.
So all right, guys, we did it. Brandon, since you were the last of speaking, are you expecting anything? I know you gave us some news in the beginning. Tell us again, and are you expecting any new figures coming soon?
I've got so let's say I've got a couple of pre-orders left on Darth Vader, Return of the Jedi. We mentioned that at the beginning. I have them in hand; they're ready to go. $415 shipped on the Scrapyard website. I'm running out of pre-orders on Darth Sidious, the Clone Wars one, so there's only one or two of those left. Ahsoka Tano's starting to run low. And we started doing something cool on the Facebook page this week that I thought was really neat. Every week, Facebook sends me a report on who's participated the most, who's then like, comment, share, that sort of thing, and it gives me like the top 3 people who participated on the page. So every week, starting this week, we're giving out $5 gift cards to everybody who wins that contest. So if you interact more with the Scrapyard Facebook page, and it's just facebook.com/bscrapyard, or search Brandalorian Scrapyard, you'll find it easily. But every week on Monday when we get the report back and we see who participated the most, bam, I drop $5 on your account on the Scrapyard site, so that can go toward any purchase, complete figures, parts, whatever it is.
Rudy, anything coming soon? Did you get anything this as of yesterday?
Yeah.
You expecting?
Let's see what I got. I'm showing this to.
Oh,
look at that guy.
Spirit Imwe, nice.
There you go. Look at that guy.
How do you like
it?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of that.
He's awesome.
John Wick, right?
Was I right? It's a boring figure, but it's beautiful in hand.
No, it's a beautiful. Yeah, it's a beautiful figure.
Say,
it's a beautiful figure. And then what else did I get? Oh, I got this guy.
Wait. Oh,
from Search for Spock.
Yeah, no, you're getting blocked.
Christopher Lloyd.
No,
you even see it. There you go.
You're getting blocked.
There we go. That's better.
That's better. From Star Trek 3, Search for Spock, Krug.
Yeah, no, you're getting blocked for this. And what else?
and then I got my Obi-Wan Kenobi shipped from
the Obi-Wan show. Yes,
from the Obi-Wan show, and then Star-Lord is shipping tomorrow. So
look at that, guys.
From Guardians.
Nice.
We have a non-collector on the panel.
and then I just paid off the in-art Harry Potter Deluxe from 1/6 kit.
How much?
I don't want to say.
Nefty, are you expecting anything? Anything?
Yeah, the sideshow Cat Bane. What else? I got 2 other figures. I just don't know what they are. But they're coming.
Oh, the Jazzing Batmobile.
I'm waiting on that. I'm waiting on that.
What else? The Jazzing Batmobile. The Jazzing Catwoman. Not the Catwoman. What was the figure you were getting? The Batman, right?
The Batman.
Yeah, the Batman. Yes.
Yeah, that one I got that, and I'm paying off right now the animated, and I'm almost done with the computer lab. I bought that. I got into that.
Oh, nice. This guy, unbelievable. Guys, I'm getting my Mark III red and chrome ships tomorrow. Okay. I am getting, like I told you, the 3 figures that I just got off of eBay for like less than $200 each. I still got to do my Imposter Joker video, which is I did my Throne video. If you guys haven't checked that out, please check it out. I have my Imposter Joker figure still sitting here. I haven't opened it yet. That's coming on today's Tuesday, probably Thursday, if not Friday. And then I also think my Darth Maul Light, my little hologram, my 1/6 hologram is also coming. I believe that's going to be shipping on the 5th of November, if I'm not mistaken.
You're welcome.
So that's also why.
I canceled. I had one, and I had one on a waitlist offer,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, I almost pulled the trigger, and I thought, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna be able to sell this, and I walked away from it.
Yeah, no, they're going to be available. It looks like they're still available. I don't know how expensive they are. They had one at Comic-Con. I almost bought it, but I was like, I have one already on pre-order. But it was, how much was it, Rudy? You remember?
What did they have it for 150 or something like that?
I thought it was cheap. Yeah, I thought it was something like that. It was used because it was out of the box.
Yeah. And he said they didn't have them in the box. It was like you got the one that was on display.
Right. So it was kind of cheap. So I don't know. I mean, a lot of people bought it. They don't like the fact that the head doesn't light up properly. So, you may be able to get it eventually if it's something you're looking for. I don't think they're going to be going like that forever. I think people are going to start getting rid of them eventually. Just because, it's not something that everybody's like super, super content about. Faz got the shampoo bottle. Shampoo bottle. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you in the next one.